potty.
And we're starting.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Elf Cast. I'm Mary the Rabbit, your authority in all things related to elves.
I'm, I'm
Getting
James.
harder. Huh?
So these two decide to engage me in a discussion of, actually, like, that isn't in Lord of the Rings lore. This isn't how elves work in D&D. And I'm like, listen, I know far too much about elves and I hate it.
Cursed with the knowledge of elves.
Fact, in 1st and 2nd edition D&D, elves and half-orcs did not have souls and could not be revived or raised dead. You had to use true resurrection to bring them back.
Oh, where's the...
Fact, in Lord of the Rings, elves don't have... Well, elves, strictly speaking, don't have an afterlife. They just sail to another continent where other people can't go. Or can they? Because Frodo can go there just fine. His lifespan has been expanded long enough that he counts as an immortal.
Fact, they took over that one planet in that bad Star Trek movie.
Punish the elves. I don't even know which Star Trek movie you're talking about. Insurrection, that's... yeah, God. Insurrection feels like a feature-length TNG episode, not in a good way. Like, it feels like a feature-length bad TNG episode. Specifically, it's the one where Worf's brother lives on a planet and doesn't reveal that he's from a, like, society that has warp technology. So he's just lording it up among all these primitive people. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's like beat for beat the same plot.
Huh, I didn't really know that. I've seen people talk about that movie, but...
Even down to the, we're actually going to build a ship that is entirely a holodeck, trick these people into coming inside and simulate their environment and then fly them to another planet. That was literally a plot point in that episode. It's not a good episode, and I don't know why they expanded it out to 2 hours or whatever. Still beats Nemesis.
Yeah. Well, the people in that movie did deserve bad things to happen to them because they were just fucking assholes. And you were meant to think they were the good guys, but they really were
You're meant to go, we can't displace anyone from their homes. It's like, these people came to this planet like 100 years ago, took over, and are just sitting on basically a cure for all diseases and going, nah, we don't want you to have it.
Not to mention they kicked out some members of their own people.
Yeah, the villains are the same people rebelling against their immortal parents. There's a whole thing.
Who were basically dying and needed the planet's energy to...
Oh god, yeah, the guy has the, like, face stretching thing going on.
Yeah, and you weren't meant to be sympathetic with them. Even though you have every reason to. Jeez.
Adding this to James Sneeze compilation. Bless you.
Don't make it weird.
God, what is this tower called again?
Tower of Confinement.
Yeah.
I love their design, just can't use them. Or can't recruit them from battle. God, stop casting buffs. There we go.
Yeah. Unfortunately for everyone else in chat, I grew up not just with D&D, but with the Baldur's Gate games, and also with Eye of the Beholder and all of these other obscure dungeon crawlers. To be fair, they weren't obscure at the time. So I know completely worthless D&D lore.
All D&D lore is worthless.
Yeah. I also read all of the Lord of the Rings books as a kid. The Silmarillion was an absolute slog.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. There's so much elf poetry in it and I don't care.
Yeti. Sorry.
Hey.
Need to take care of the cats a
Huh.
little bit. Oh, Gemini.
Yeah.
Let's see what it is. Janice.
Oh, Janice. That also makes sense.
Ah, the two-faced god of doors. Anus.
Thanks.
God, what was that Dracula movie with Anus?
Oh dear.
I don't know.
Really? That's the
No.
one where Dracula eats a burger.
Oh! Well, in that movie, they
Oh!
pronounced it
It's-
Janice. Or Janus, I guess.
This one, Janus.
Yeah, Janus.
Listen, I've just posted a gif of Dracula eating a burger to jog everyone's memories, and they're all like, "Oh, this one!"
Yeah, it's Dracula's
Yeah.
Sovereign of the Damned.
It's also not a good movie, but like,
Oh yeah, unfortunately, because I mean, can you imagine if that was good? Like, I watched a review talking about it, and unfortunately, it suffered from a problem of one being a Japanese. You know, it's very common to OVAs where, for one, it's actually produced in Japan. It just has, it follows the art style of the Marvel comic to a T, but like it it suffers from the problem of trying to cover too much at once. Like the whole
Yeah.
Marvel Dracula series was like 7 years long or something,
Marvel's Dracula is wild.
and they decided to try to cover all of it in one movie instead of
Yeah.
just like a volume or an arc or something.
Instead of
No, we're covering-
adapting a storyline like they do in most of these.
Just
Like-
the whole series, the whole run.
Any of the other Marvel movies you can point to and go, "Oh, this is adapting this storyline." Like, "Oh, this is the Green Goblin storyline from Spider-Man. Oh, this is the X-Men Mutant Cure storyline." And it's like you can look at them and go, "This is an adaptation of this," or "This takes elements from a few parts." It's not like we're gonna adapt an entire 7-year run of a comic into an hour and a half.
Well, I think
Because when they
remember.
do, it gets truncated.
Oh yeah, but a thing to remember is that this is unfortunately common for OVA specifically, where it's like, oh, we're gonna cover some manga or whatever, make its own original like video animation, right? Especially since those would cost a lot. Like the VHSs for those would cost like a ton nowadays, but you usually got a higher quality animation out of it. But for some reason, the people sometimes you'd find like, okay, we're gonna cover this manga, but we're gonna cover the entire manga. We're not like it's been running for years, but fuck it, we ball, and then they crash and burn because it's just not a good story if you try to truncate like so many years of a comic into
Ah,
like
yeah,
like a fucking 90-minute and like film, right? Like
yeah.
you only get so 90-minute or maybe longer film.
You
This
do
one is like
actually have to apply some judicious editing to cut it down to here is a functional standalone story. Here's one that, like, a lot of the time they don't do this. They just go, oh, maybe we're gonna get a sequel, and then they never do, and then nothing
yeah.
ever gets tied up.
Really? Don't.
Oh no, kitty problems.
I need that to listen to my co-host.
Oh
No, you
no.
don't. Cat, take over. He will tell you so much about Lord of the Rings.
No.
She is more interested in fighting.
Oh,
Fair.
bitey kitty. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
As is her right.
Yeah. Bites you, bites you, bites you.
uh, Great. Well, let's say, but yeah, OVAs are an interesting beast, especially back in like the 80s and 90s, especially the 80s when the Japan was going through its bubble economy. It had so much money, or studios at least had a lot of money back then. That hell, I think there was something called like the Robot Circ, like I have to look up the actual name in a second, but it's like there was an OVA called like the Robot Circus or something, where it's like they just let
Oh,
every single animator be a director for one short like film.
yeah, I think I've seen that one. It's
Yeah,
got like 3 short movies. That's the one with the racing one, like the
Mm,
psychic car
no, that's a
racing
different
thing.
one.
No? Okay. I'm
oh,
probably
Robot
completely wrong.
Carnival, that's the name of it.
Alright.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple of ones like that then.
Oh, this one had more than like three. Yeah, this one had quite a bit
Yeah,
like
if it's
of
one of those like long compilation ones, you know?
yeah. And it's just kind of buck wild. I think one of them may have been like a racing one, maybe.
I know the racing one
Uh,
is part of a 3-part compilation.
yeah. What is it? God, I'm gonna look this up and I'm gonna accidentally just type the amazing digital circus when I'm trying to Google it.
A Circus is part of the
Robot Carnival.
3-part compilation.
1987 film. Is that the one? No. I'm genuinely not sure if that's it.
Uh,
No, I think this is a completely different one than what I was thinking of, so... Have I seen this? No, I haven't seen this one. Okay. Yeah, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
uh, but yeah, like the studio. I remember hearing the apocrypha of it. Of just the studio, they had enough money, and they're like, yeah, no, we'll just let every like animator here, like or we'll let like several animators, even without directive like experience, just be a director for like a
Yeah.
short, and just like compilate, do a compilation of all these into one OVA. because they had the money back then. Like hell, I think the biggest story of a studio just having basically a blank check for like a budget and going buck wild with it is Project Aiko, which
Oh,
the
that's a whole
basically
wild story in
right.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah, like hell, the title is basically Project A Girl, like Girl A, right? It's like they didn't even like fully give them names like Aiko, Biko, C, like which is basically just like A B, like Girl A, B, and C for like the three main girls. Oh wow, obliterated.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kushi is a bit. It's a bit trickier than I thought.
the power of being a kibiti. Uh, but yeah, no, it's like Project Aiko. They kind of were flying by the seams of their pants because they didn't really have a budget. They were just like someone like, know what? I want to see like what y'all can do, and just give them money for it. Like okay, and it like helped with several people's like future careers. Like I think I know there's some very famous names that worked on Project Aiko. Like it's just absolutely bonkers, and it's honestly a once in a lifetime sort of deal because like they also wanted to like what's the term I'm looking for? They wanted to help uh the growth of these animators, right? Because like especially back then how the industry ran, they're like, oh, these animators have talent, and if we help nurture that, that's the term. If we help nurture that, then they'll be better senior animators and you know and senior positions in the future. So yeah, they're just someone had the money and just like sure, learn like here's this incredibly big project, go for it. Uh and it's kind of funny that it also was one of the anime back then that got uh, a dub for English in the day, and it kind of influenced how people viewed anime for such a long time because like which is funny because it in itself was a like kind of a hodgepodge of like references to older anime by that point and kind of parroting that, and like that's part of the reason why in the US especially the image of anime girl with like running to school with toast in her mouth stayed for so long. And it's yeah no it's such a big project that got so much done because of that. I still need to watch it at some point.
Yeah. Okay, so the one that I was thinking of was Neo Tokyo.
Uh,
That's what it was
Which is in the sea also. I think it's the same year as that one too. Yeah, they're both 1987. Like, multi-part. Yeah.
yeah, oh, interesting. I'm looking at Wikipedia because I'm like, okay, I remember seeing a whole long video review and the kind of essay talking about Project Aiko, so I didn't remember everything. But apparently, it was initially planned to be part of the Cream Lemon series of pornographic OVAs, but during production of the series, it was decided to make it into a more mainstream title. They just kind of like, hey, let's be silly with it, and then just went on with that. Which is kind of funny to think about. Uh, God. Also, I love how, like, it's very easy to look at the Project Aiko and basically be like, it's about three very goofy um, lesbians, some of which don't realize that they're lesbians. Because it's like the main antagonist is a girl who's like, okay, there's Aiko and Biko, who are like best friends, and then there's Seiko, who's very jealous of Eiko for being so close to to Biko. and and it's like, and Eiko has like is super powered or whatever, and it's like, she has Seiko develops her own like mech suit or whatever to like combat her in goofy, over exaggerated, amazing, like well animated style. And it's just like, I guess also now thinking about it, it also partially makes sense from like its origins of like going to be like pornographic, of like three girls like obsessed with each other. So like, you know what? That kind of makes sense. But it's just kind of funny of that staying over, and there definitely being some people being like, "Are these girls gay?" For years afterwards.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
I love putting my phone on Don't Disturb so that I don't get beeps all the time. Oof. Also, not going to voice chat and seeing the Neo Tokyo poster. That looks dope as hell.
Oh, yeah. I do remember it being good, I just couldn't remember the name because all of these have just like completely arbitrary names.
God. Madhouse. Wow. If that's who I'm thinking it is. Then yeah, no, that's no, do I remember Madhouse actually? I know I've had to have seen something from Madhouse. I know they're very well known.
You definitely have.
I definitely have. It's just they have a lot of anime and animation under their belt. They have so much. That I'm scrolling
Oh,
through the
yeah, I'm
list.
looking at
It's like, oh,
that list. It's a long list. Let's see. Trigun, 1998. Cardcaptor Sakura. God, there's dozens of these.
yeah, and then specials. Like I see, DG, Chara.
Kirby right back at you.
Oh,
my
really?
God.
That was them.
He comes right back at you. He comes right back at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
for fuck's
series.
sake.
As I said, 100% you've seen one of these.
Yeah.
'Cause just scrolling down there, it's like, yeah, definitely. Because they're still around.
Alright.
Nice.
Not seen
Yeah.
any of their 2020 stuff, but you know,
Yeah. Also, we got an
definitely
elf.
seen
Sorry, just looking at the James Flame. We got an elf.
an
I was
elf.
afraid she may just run away because you're like, oh, do you want me? Then like, give me 44 baka. Then give me 52 mag. And it's like, then she's like, okay, I'll be your minion. I'm like, oh, thank goodness.
She did run away earlier, but then I reloaded
Oh.
the save state.
Nice. Yeah.
Ah, Christ.
The danger of auto battle. Or honestly, that fight was just tough.
And Izumi gets nothing.
Whack. Oh wow, they really did do a lot. They also did, or you'll say, Yatsura, always my darling. That's special, right? I think that was like an OVA. Oh, they did Perfect Blue. I absolutely need to watch that one. I just never watched it. always wanted
Ah,
to,
if I
never
remember,
did.
that one is kind of like it's well made, but it's also horrifying in a lot of ways. If it's the one I think it is,
Oh, absolutely, it is
it's
100%.
it's something you need to be in the right mindset to watch. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one. There are so
and
many AMV hell gags of taking scenes from that out of context and framing it as like, oh yeah, this is a love story. It is not a love
oh
story.
my god. But yeah, no, for anyone curious, watching, the synopsis, where is it? A Japanese idol group, oh yeah, the plot follows a member of a Japanese idol group who retires from music, pursuing an acting career. As she becomes a victim of stalking by her obsessive fan, gruesome murders take place as she begins losing grip on reality. And yeah, no, it's good. Like the visuals look amazing. The horror is horrifying. Uh, it does a lot of great stuff, and it's you know, directed by the same guy who did Millennium Actress and Paprika, and also what's it, Agent? Great,
Paranoia.
Paranoia Agent. That one.
I've seen
Yeah,
Paranoia Agent and Paprika, and those are similarly like animated is very off-putting in some ways, but like still very compelling to watch. Like they go some weird places.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot he also did Tokyo Ground, Godfathers, which I definitely need to watch. Which is a very different story from like Paranoia Agent and such, where it's a 2003 Japanese adult anime Christmas tragic comedy. Thanks Wikipedia for the word tragic comedy. Adventure film written and directed by Satoshi Kon, where three homeless people, have to, like the very short version of it is like three uh you know, blah blah blah. Three homeless people of various, ages and backgrounds, like find a baby and they're like trying to get it back to its family. And it's more sentimental story and less about, the blurring lines of reality and unreality and surreality, I should say. But it's great, from what little I've seen from clips and such.
Ah, son of a bitch. Nice.
Nice. Love getting a jack-o'-lantern.
A jack-o'-lantern before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
God, am I
sorry, I'm
glad
just.
we don't have Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know. I actually thought about that earlier when I was getting some food. Of like, what would that even be for? But it's like, no one. I rather not know what British Thanksgiving, if it existed, would be about. It's already such a
Oh,
bizarre holiday in the U.S. where it's like, oh, some Native Americans, we never list what like nation they're from, helped the Puritans,
they
survive.
taught you
So
how
they had
to
to,
grow corn.
yeah, and it's like, hey, how come, but it's like
Yeah.
the same Puritans help with the, the trying to genocide and conquer their land, though. Like, how come,
Yeah.
like, so it's like, hey, like, so it's just a weird
It's just
holiday.
papering over genocide, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
just papering.
colonization, which is, I'm amazed there isn't a British Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
given our track record.
yeah. That's what I was also thinking about. Like, I'm surprised there isn't one, but I'm grateful there isn't.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
Like,
literally heading to London this weekend to protest something like that Britain was involved in.
oh dear.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I know back when I was in living in New England, it was very easy to just not celebrate Thanksgiving for the most part because I honestly I live with someone who didn't really celebrate like holidays in general, and like I never remembered holiday like the dates for holidays, so it's just very easy to just not celebrate it then. That said, I did have a friend up there whose family invited me over for Thanksgiving once, and that was really nice. But like, man, I wish it was literally something. Please, can we just make it into like, something appreciating like Native Americans or something other than
Yes.
focus about the colonizers.
Ah, yeah. There's so many, like, you could just cut out that whole bit about celebrating this specific instance and just go, okay, it's a day about giving thanks. Like, you don't have to tie it to an actual genocide and like, no, 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 we need to. How would
Yeah,
we market it if not for this? It's like, yeah,
yeah,
mausoleum door. There's a pot here.
yay,
Mabufu stone.
hooray!
Ah,
It's fine. I can take a couple of drinks without turning into random encounter pot. 2 drinks later.
Oh, oh dear. But yeah, oh, I guess another thing about Thanksgiving that always bugged me is that it kind of is yet another thing in the U.S. that kind of tries to put Native Americans as like something that belongs in the past. Like, oh, they helped, the Pilgrims or whatever back then, like implicitly back then, and kind
Back
of
when
like an emphasis,
exactly?
yeah, of just oh, in the past, in the Pilgrim times, and it's like, hey,
Nah.
how come? And we also never talk about, hey, why did the Puritans have a pilgrimage, to the Americas? Why did they leave
Hmm.
England? Like, why did they leave England? I think in like elementary school, it's like, oh, they were facing discrimination, so they left for the Americas. And it's like,
We left to America to discriminate against everyone.
yeah. Also, God, it's also buck wild how much they've influenced like the U.S. culture. To be honest, like the whole like, oh, you have to work hard for
God,
to
the Puritan
or
work
or
ethic.
yeah, like that is just still here. It's why you
What?
can't sit down while you're working at Walmart or whatever at the cash register. No, you have to be standing. You have to do this or whatever because you
Yeah.
gotta work hard.
oh my.
Oh my.
I'm finally out of there. Damn that demon emperor imprisoning me in a jar like that. It's a day of shame for Sebek. I tell you, who the heck are you guys? Humans? I get it. You work for the demon emperor, don't you? Look, I'll just have to clean your clocks before I go and open a can of whoop ass on demon emperor. Leave it to leave it to me.
It's okay, I can roll to seduce him.
I'll take care of this. Be careful and watch your tongue. Come on now, cool your head for a moment. We were. Come on now, cool your head. Cool your head for a moment. We were the ones that let you out in the first place, right? Who the hell are you? You're being awfully familiar now, aren't you? Don't you recognize me, Sebek? I may look a little different than you used to, but I'm the one and only Amond. You're the one and only. You? You gotta be kidding me. Aemon was never this sort of demon-human thing? I can understand why you wouldn't believe me. After all, I'm currently a human and a demon together in one body. The reason I'm like this is because of the Demon Emperor. He stole my body from me. The soul of Aemon will never die. There will always be more Devilman sequels. I burn with the desire to put an end to him, as do you, Sebek, if I believe correctly. What do you say? Care to come with us to fight the Demon Emperor? Not so fast. I'm not buying it yet. No matter how much he would have changed, Aemon's tougher than I am. If you can't beat me in a fight, there is no way you could beat him. Okay. Okay.
Huh?
Ah, fight time.
That's so funny. Like, it's rude, but it's funny. I'm like, oh, like, Amon would never run. You gotta fight me. It's, oh.
It also said I was supposed to have like 13 strength at least for someone. Ah, fucking bug. Ah!
Oh yeah, you know what? While we're fighting here, just a quick funny story from Pathfinder Kingmaker is that in Pathfinder First Edition, there is an option to fight defensively where you took a penalty, a pretty big penalty on your attack rolls, but you get a bonus to your armor class, right? And it's a free action to do.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
So he has some healing.
oh, that's annoying. But yeah, no. To wrap up the story quickly, in Pathfinder Kingmaker, the computer role-playing game, you can set yourself to be fighting defensively after you make an attack. So you can just attack normally and then turn it on, toggle it on, to just get all the benefits without any of the penalties.
Yeah, that feels like a, exploit, maybe?
Oh, absolutely, but I'm gonna use it because this game's mean and
Yeah.
has like this game could be like even on normal difficulty, which actually makes the game easier for you. Like the armor classes of all the monsters that you of everything that you fight is reduced by 2. And even then, it's like it feels a bit mean sometimes with how much you fight compared to like the pen and paper game, even though you're using like the same statistics. So it's like, yeah, sure. If the game's gonna throw a bunch of spiders that if they bite me, damage my dexterity or constitution or whatever, then yeah, no, I'm gonna have my barbarian do a big attack on them, and then set herself to like fighting defensively after swinging the attack because it's a free action. It's like, okay, sure. Love love tactical fighting games. Whatever you'd call that. It's kind of like finding what tactics you can exploit in XCOM or whatever. Because some tactics just work better because of just, the enemy AI or other factors. That's how you get through those.
So I changed medication recently, which is like just what I've just taken just now, and so the side effect is apparently like this makes me drowsy for a while, except it makes me drowsy for like 10 minutes and then that's it.
Oh,
Given that I was up at 6 a.m. yesterday, this isn't a useful amount of sleep.
oh
So
no.
yeah, if I seem slightly off in the next little while, that's why, and I will immediately get annoyingly, like, enthusiastic again afterwards. Oh, actually, here's one. You know how you were saying, oh, it's so terrible that these spiders do ability damage. So in earlier editions, they didn't. They just poisoned you, and the poison never ran out.
Oh my god.
So in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, like, if you don't have cure poison and you get hit by poison, it doesn't ever wear off. Like, at least
Uh,
in the first game, like, it would kill you long before it wore off. And in an even older RPG, Eye of the Beholder, the the first spiders you encountered would probably wipe the party if they managed to poison anyone, because you don't have cure poison at that time. You have slow poison, which stops it for a bit, and you have a handful of antidotes, and that's it.
Obnoxious.
Yeah. Although the ability score thing indirectly killing you is pretty funny, you know?
Oh yeah, of just, oh, I'm gonna rest up to heal that naturally
You
through
run out
through rest.
spoons and you just lose.
You just lose because I think because I did started a quest. That's my guess, is that I started a quest that has a never explicitly stated but kind of implicit timer that
It
like
has
if you
a
just
time
nap for,
limit.
yeah, if you just rest too long, you just fail. It's like great. Just load up from like it loads after doing the rest. Like, oh, the main quest failed. Load? Like, do you want to load? It's like,
By
oh,
taking this nap, you have severed the thread of fate.
yeah.
oh, I actually beat him. I
Hell
was
yeah.
not expecting that. I guess you really were aiming. Never realized. Then I will also.
Oh. Oh, I was hoping that we'd beat him and then he'd be like, all right, I'll join you.
Uh, he's supposed to.
Oh, oh.
Um,
Do you have to load and like just like choose to fight him instead of leave?
fuck me. You know
I
what?
hope
No,
not.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is it worth editing this to say, with this nap, the thread of prophecy is severed?
God. God. But yeah, God. No, shout out to uh games that like just kind of speed things up for recovery, because that's one thing I do like about that Fori introduced of like, know what if you can just rest up and heal up in like a night's sleep or whatever, instead of like, oh, you took some damage and now you get to rest for like 20 days or whatever. Like your party ran into bugs that just all their hits do ability damage. Now you have to like rest up for like 10 weeks or whatever. Like, and like, know what? That's just so much better. So much less frustrating. And also less demanding that you explicitly have like clerics or whatever to heal you up every day.
D&D in the world for free healthcare. Well, I guess you just have to keep going.
God. And also, I'm suddenly remembering what little I do know of Shadowrun. I think specifically 5th edition, of just like with how damage works in that game. Like, I think in 5th edition there's a whole weird thing with like you can get magical healing and also normal ass you're going to the hospital healing. But it's like I think you had to do them in a specific order, because I think if you do the magical healing, like I think it can't interact with the normal healing afterwards, so it's like you'd have to do one before the other, which is bizarre. So I just now checked the isekai naming server, and the link to the stream, but also just Mary asked us about elf lore.
Yeah. No one ever did. Like, who
Yeah.
wants to know that?
Okay.
I know I've mentioned at some point, for example, that the word otherkin is derived from elfkin communities back in the late 80s. Where they would go, oh, you're either elfkin or you're some otherkin that we don't care about. And you just don't see elfkin anymore.
Oh yeah, not as much as these two.
Like, they're still around, it's just... they're not as much of a thing, and they're just generally accepted as part of the otherkin community now.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic, given the origin of the term. Yeah, you immediately pinned the one about the thread of prophecy being severed by taking a nap, and it's like... This is how I feel when I try to rest at any time ever.
Yeah.
Alright, that art, the samurai pizza cats. Yeah, that is a real show that I watched as a kid. It's a show I have merch of. I have a Speedy Cerviche standing just over there. It's made from like knockoff Lego pieces or something. I have the fan book, which talks exclusively about the original Japanese show and not the weird English dub we got.
That's so weird.
It's because it's a literal translation of the Japanese fan book, which obviously wouldn't have any of that stuff.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Because they were given a show which was full of untranslatable puns, pop culture references, and so on, and went, okay, we're just gonna make we're gonna make something equally as silly, but the Western audiences will actually understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still love that, I never really. I think I watched an episode of Samurai Pizza Cats. I think it's only later in life, but I'm glad it got to exist, even though, uh, from what I remember of the apocrypha of it being translated, of just. I think the apocrypha was that they just weren't given a translation, and so the
Oh
writers
no,
had
they
to.
actually were.
Oh, okay, they actually were. Okay.
Like, the Apocrypha has always been, oh, they weren't given a translation, they made it up as they went along, but they were given a translation, and the notes from the Japanese writers going, listen, we don't think any of this is going to translate. Maybe you just try making up your own stuff to go with it, you know? And for the first 9 episodes or so, it's very clear they didn't even read the scripts they were given, but later on they do start reading them, and you can tell because they start actually foreshadowing stuff.
Oh,
Like, the whole
wow.
Prisoner Island thing is something they could not possibly have known about without reading ahead. Because early episodes have the princess threaten to, like, she just goes, oh, off with their heads, oh, execute them, or whatever. And then later on, her catchphrase goes, that's it, I'm sending you to Prisoner Island. And so whenever anyone displeases her, they just get dragged off screen going, no, anything but that. And
Goodness.
that's... Prisoner Island is only a thing that's seen in episode 27. Like, they were clearly aware this existed. Because the whole thing, the whole setup and punchline for that is, it's this horrifying place where she sends everyone who even slightly annoys her, and it turns out nobody ever escapes from it because it's an island paradise, and they don't want to leave, and they're like, please don't tell her, she'll take us back from here.
Oh my goodness.
So there's a giant conspiracy to stop anyone telling the princess she's sending them on free holidays. But yeah, there you go. There is a link to all 52 episodes of Samurai Pizza Cats.
Nice.
Like I said, about the first 9 of them are the translation's a bit spotty and they haven't quite figured out what's going on, even though they're still pretty funny. Anything after that, just jump in there and it will just be like that's where they're reading both sets of scripts, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't actually have all of the episodes because a couple of them are just clip shows. They took out the English one because they're like, why are we even going to dub this?
Yeah. That's very fair.
Yeah, episode 10, clip show, they just completely ignored it.
I
Yeah.
mean, they
Oh
could
my
have
god.
done something funny.
They could
I
have,
mean,
but thankfully they decided not to.
yeah, because it's like this. It's hard to be funny with the clips.
They were filler
Show.
episodes.
Right? It's like, yeah. And also found this gif of a cat stealing some pizza while searching for samurai
Oh,
pizza cats. Um, that's God. I'm now remembering a Utena uh, clip clip show episode that was pretty funny, but it's like you kind of have to like do basically with your framing and editing, you have to like make sure that it's funny, right?
yeah, it's not always the easiest thing to dub into something watchable.
Yeah. Like, Utena has a few clip show episodes, usually bookmarking the very end of, an arc. And it's like, usually those, with their framing and everything, their framing and editing, usually tell some story. There's only one that's just kind of silly, that's only being silly. And it's like, uh, which I still enjoy. I remember though watching, like, oh, are we gonna get some extra, like, things happening like in the first one. The first clip episode was like, okay, this is the end of like the first kind of like arc of Utena, and it like shows Akio for the first time, and it's like, oh, what is he talking about? It's like, you get some stuff going on there. It's like, okay, this is foreshadowing, like, cool. And yeah, just there's only one that's just, oh no, we're being silly here. Like, we don't have any more storytelling here other than these characters being goofballs. And it's like, thanks, thanks, Utena. That's appreciated. And it honestly is.
So get this, Demon Emperor isn't originally from the Expanse, but the human world. Oh, you did that too? Must be for some reason for that. Demon Emperor created a dark world. And now we have goofy ass guys that we recruit.
Yeah. God. Also, I love that gif of don't know her name, but love the red and pink
That's
cat.
polyester.
God, polyester.
Yeah.
Fucking
Sorry,
Willy.
God.
Do not
fact that
touch
it's-
Willy.
Good
Do not
advice.
touch that.
Chasing the acronym demons, he just like beating them up.
Oh my god. I can't believe this Willy invented Undertale. I'm kidding. Just
He invented Deltarune.
he invented Deltarune. And but yeah, no, that's kind of funny though, of just seeing this demon being like, oh, you love fighting demons and getting killing them and killing them and killing them, getting experience. It's like, it's just so silly. I don't know, it's just like, it's like, especially just because it's like, one, the goofy little meta joke, and also it's carrying around 2 flame torches and would probably kill us if given the opportunity. It's just a great little joke there. Oh, cool. Did you fight it?
Nah, it ran.
Oh, it ran. Whack.
fucking sucks that I had to backtrack just to cure getting sealed.
Damn.
Which means can't cast spells, and Akira's my spellcaster. Because there isn't any shops that sell the cure. Not yet, anyway.
Oh no.
Getting hit by a status condition that the devs forgot to put in a cure for and just being stuck with it forever.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You
this is
talked
a
about that RPG, right?
This sure
Huh?
is a dungeon crawler.
I'm
What?
pretty sure. Oh, sorry for interrupting, but I'm pretty sure that you mentioned once, Mary, an RPG that had that as an issue explicitly, of just there was a status condition or ailment that just did not have
I
a
can't
cure.
think of one where that did happen, like that exact thing, but probably, yeah.
God.
We were talking about poison in Baldur's Gate, or
Yeah,
and
Baldur's Gate 1, poison was more or less a death sentence if you didn't have an antidote on hand. In Eye of the Beholder 1, poison was a death sentence if you didn't have an antidote on hand, because it never ran out, there was no timer set for it.
oh yeah.
And if you weren't level 3 yet, which you weren't going to be because this was on the third floor of the dungeon, then you didn't even have slow poison, let alone cure poison. And slow poison just stops the timer, it stops it ticking damage down. If you rest, that timer starts up again because slow poison runs out. Poison doesn't.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. These spiders are just like... The floor that you meet them on is just full of them. It's probably the toughest area in the entire game, just because you do not have the resources to deal with it yet. The accepted solution for it is you bring 2 mages with you and you just have them spam Stone Skin,
God.
because that was similarly also broken in some ways. Stone Skin didn't run out when cast. You would cast it on someone and the next 6 physical attacks they took just didn't do anything.
Oh wow.
And you could just keep refreshing it on your front line guys and just be perpetually immune to physical damage,
Hell yeah.
which you kind of had to be against spiders, otherwise you would be poisoned.
God.
It's
Okay.
another weird quirk of that game.
Okay, game. Tammy has enough guardian points to get a new guardian when she dies. Akira doesn't?
Oh. Huh. Whack. Well, I guess you gotta be careful of that.
I mean, I'm not.
You're not gonna be careful with that.
Yeah, because she has to die to get for a new guardian.
Yeah, it's just still funny that it, right? You can see what I mean, right? That's a weird system to encourage, to just have your characters die at, specific points of progress just to get a better guy.
For better
Like, it feels like...
stats, basically.
Yeah, for better stats, but it just still feels funny. It feels like something that your character should be able to just progress with without having to die, because it feels like such a weird thing of having to run into an enemy to just have them kill you.
Okay, Archangel. Gives me strength. Makes me slightly dumber.
It's fine.
Okay, Sumi, back where you belong. Well, now. Okay, now he has enough points. Ay. Well, I wasted money summoning and unsummoning Asumi.
Womp womp womp.
Okay, you got. Eligor.
What on earth is Eligor? Let me look that up. Eligor. Okay. Where's the...
15th century demonic spirits of the art. Oh, the 15th demonic spirit of Ars Goetia.
okay, that makes sense.
Yep, putting it in voice chat.
Nice.
Eligor.
Wait, doesn't... I'm pretty sure SMT has a non-fandom wiki site.
Oh yeah.
But I kind of forgot the link to it. It should be in other video games or something. I think Temp linked it.
There we are.
Ah. Oh, that's a cool Eligor.
Yeah.
Racer. Oh my god.
So I just posted a future card, buddy fight monster card. This whole archetype called the 72 Pillars, which are all of the demons of the Ars Goetia, except in the modern day, and they're all entertainers of different types.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, mostly. Some of them don't actually have that theme, but it's like, you know what, in setting, that's what they are. Hence, the Asmodeus analog being the Demon King Asmodai, who is a children's show host. He's just a really nice guy.
Nice.
Like, he's a 7-foot tall, shirtless purple demon, but he's just really good.
Nice.
He's Barney the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't notice that you posted art of him in the voice chat. Nice.
Oh yeah, I just did that like a
That's my
second
thought.
ago to give context.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was trying to find that SMT link that I know was posted here, but I can't find it. I tried searching for SMT wiki, and just nothing coming up. And I'm like, oh, I knew Tem posted it. I'll try searching in Discord from Tem. Because usually you can, like, search, like, from a specific user. But Discord doesn't allow me to do that right now, I guess.
What do you need to find? Sorry.
I'll just... No, I'll
From
search it.
10. What are you looking for?
SMT Wiki, that wasn't fandom.
Mega10wiki.com. Give me a second and I'll just actually directly link that. Because apparently that's a recent development.
Yep.
There we are.
Nice. Weird, I thought I had this bookmarked. Oh well. Now I do.
Yeah.
No, shout out to Jack Frost for being such an iconic little gremlin mascot for Atlas. Love Jack Frost. Love being asked if I'm such hot shit, why don't I break this rock with my bare hands? Yeah, no, I'm starting to feel a bit low energy, so sorry if I'm not talking too much, but it is also nice just to see the game. Also, what is this enemy? It looks just like a big lizard.
It's like
Big
some sort
lizard.
of frog.
It's an isekai, apparently. It's a Kunisukami, a Japanese spirit of the underworld. It's depicted as having a tail. I have never heard of this before. Oh right, that's a fandom wiki, no wonder it's not working. It appeared in the glowing well or spring during Emperor Jinmu's Eastern campaign. Both Nihongi and Kachiki state he was the ancestor of the indigenous Yoshino no Obito peoples. The motif of a glowing well is believed to suggest the entrance to a mercury mine, while the tail is thought to refer to the tails of wild animal skins worn by miners or forest workers.
Huh.
Okay. That doesn't really tell us anything. Just spirit from the underworld.
Okay, Scorpion Whip is just a worse version of what I already have.
Oh, and there's art. From the Shin Megami Tensei art book, apparently. There.
Neat. god.
Yeah. I did mention that one of the things I did when I couldn't sleep last night until like 6 a.m. was write a chapter of a fantasy novel involving kobolds.
Nice.
Yeah. I do need to clean that up and actually round it out to a full, complete chapter though. I did link it to Acid earlier, but they've had their own stuff going on all day, so zero response there.
Ah.
Yeah, Kobold's good.
Love
Yeah.
bolts.
You sense something's presence. If I do this on a new moon,
Oh.
who are
Oh,
you?
half hour.
Who are you? Wait a minute, you there. You look different, but you're Aemond, aren't you? That's right,
Hey.
Hathor.
Hey, Tim.
Hey. I've become one with a human body, but I am indeed Aemond. Ah, I thought so. And you've come to rescue me. Thank you very much. As moonlight shines in this mausoleum, it saps one's sanity away, and I was powerless. Let's go. I would fain to join you. Alright, we got Hathor.
Megami? What's that? For the type of demon. that
It's just like
It's
Lady
her, the
God.
Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh.
It's just like Lady God or something.
No. Yeah, but, yeah. Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Hmm?
Oh, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good. How's the stream?
Doing good so far. There's unfortunately one, boss that are kind of like mini boss that could have joined us, but like it didn't go right. So, but we just moved on, because that would have been too much of a hassle to fight him again.
Yep.
Rip.
Okay, it
Okay.
means Megami does mean goddess, or the goddess. I bet there's some more context here, but yeah, then again that makes sense. Especially with the series being called Shin Megami Tensei. But
After you finish the game, like, the golden ending has a time skip 30 years forward, and it's like, let me tell you about the time I met my Shin Megami Tensei.
oh no.
The My Hero Academia post will live on far beyond that series.
Good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that wasn't the actual ending yet.
Yeah. I don't think it's ended. I think it's
Sadly.
just gonna go on for years, and we're gonna go, wait, that's still going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame, because when it started, it's like, oh, this is actually pretty good, where is it going? And it turns out it's just going nowhere.
Whack. That said, shout out to Mountain Lady.
Yeah.
And the buff bunny woman.
I can't remember Bunny Girl's name, but I know
Like-
who you're talking about.
Yeah. That's all. That's all I have to say for this series. I
Yeah.
know there's some cute characters like the Froppy. I think
Yeah,
that's right. The
Floppy's
frog?
great. Everyone loves Floppy. Like, the great thing about Floppy is she has the power set of Toad from X-Men down to looking like a weirdo, but like, she's universally beloved. Like, everyone goes, oh yeah, like, I don't care about the rest of them, you know, good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there are some great character designs in there, it's just, like many series then focuses on, like, I don't care about the guy who splits nitroglycerin, but like, I genuinely cannot like care about him at all.
Yeah. Also, I love how I searched for a git or just in Discord, MHA bunny, and
Yeah.
it gave me what I wanted. Like, I'm
Doesn't
glad
appreciate
everyone is on the
his
same
hands
term
up.
here.
Yeah. God, all of the Mount Lady ones are like, do I really want to post this? Let's just go with the first one.
Nice. Shout out to Big Woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah,
Oh,
fucking.
great. Love talking to a demon who's like, hey, buddy, want to chat? You know, what do you want? You know, how can I get you to join me? Like, well, you see, I want your life. Well,
Yeah.
well, like,
This would be so much easier if we could just throw some kind of Pokeballs at them.
God. Oh no, I just remembered Pal World. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, it's just really weird. Of what if you can like, get Pokemon and make them work at your home base and build stuff? What if you could also potentially work them to like exhaustion or to death maybe? And like why would I want that? Like, but it's like, you know, it's their vision of the I forget the name of the company behind Pal World, but it's like
What if you?
Like-
What if you can use them as a shield from bullets?
what if you could fight Mewtwo with a gun? And your Pokemon? What if you could just do that?
Yeah.
And it's like, I've
This
seen some of the footage
whipping
of the
out
game.
your cell phone in the middle of a fight and going, oh, that's it, I'm calling Mewtwo, he's gonna be here in 4 turns and he's bringing a gun.
Oh my god.
It's like, what?
Yes.
Why does Mewtwo need a gun? And you're like, oh, you're gonna find out.
God, I wish that game got more popular. Just, you have to call your monster buddies that
There's,
help
there's a
you.
lot of variants of monster collecting games, and there's some
Yeah.
very funny things you could do if you like put in twists on some of the formulas of them, you know?
No, for sure. God. Call in the Squirtle Squad to help give you covering fire. Like, fucking, what's the name of the game? Saints Row, but you call in Pokemon to help you.
God, I've got to look that up now. Are there Saints Row Pokemon pods? Ah, no, it's just gonna be like, oh, you can play as a character from Pokemon. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just play as Cynthia. Or rather, just get her outfit, I suppose.
Uh,
Just gonna post that.
Pal World, if it was also made by the Saints Row devs.
Oh no, Professor Genki.
Poor Professor Genki.
Love that weird little guy.
Yeah. Nice.
I don't think there's really much modding support for it, is there? It's
Yeah.
a shame. Let's go with... Saints Row 3, what do we have here? Wow, none of these are interesting.
Okay, I got that.
Nice. Oh. Know what? Poop Bogle. Sorry. I guess another thing to talk about, since I was recently playing the Pathfinder game, computer game. One thing that's very silly about it and kind of sucks is that, like, let's say you fall into a, you spring a trap that produces web, right? Like the spell web, where it's just sticks people to the ground or whatever, right? And then you get ambushed by spiders and you fight them and all that, and like okay. Then the fight's over, and then you have to wait like 5 minutes for like a guy to get unstuck from the webs or whatever, and it's like great, thanks game. And it's like
5 minutes real time.
yes, there's no speed up button or like jump. I mean roguelikes. Roguelikes. The roguelikes that are much more like like hack.net or whatever, or hacknet or whatever. Like those games usually tend to have like a wait button, right? But no, this Pathfinder game does not have a wait button. And
Hey, you! Who told you you could turn on the geyser? Yeah, this guy just has normal battle music.
Ah, okay. Whack. But yeah, no, there's no waiting. And the thing is, like, let's say you get some enemies to fight you in a choke point, right? And then you put the spell Grease, which honestly is my most clutch spell that my bard can cast so far early on in the game, because it works on spiders, it works on anything that walks on the ground. Which is funny because even if I was trapped in like webbing, like what I mentioned earlier, and then like, oh, some really big spiders came to ambush me, uh, Bard cast web, or not web, Bard, the Bard casted grease and tripped them up, and they just were stuck on the ground for ages, while like my other party members, shot at them or whatever, and it's just really funny because it's like. It's so good at just disabling a group of enemies, but also, you can't cancel it early or anything. So if it's like, okay, these enemies are coming from here, I'll put grease on the ground, right? And then it's like, oh, I would love to walk across there to explore. And then you just kind of have to wait. And it doesn't show you a timer for the grease spell or anything, so you just don't know how long it's gonna be there, or how much longer it has left. And there's no wait button, so I don't know if like standing still counts or if you had to move around or anything. And it's like, okay, so it's just like, great, I put grease on the ground to defend myself, and now I have to just wait for it to magically go away. You can't even clean it up. There's no option
Yeah.
to like mop
It's
it
not
up or
like,
anything.
oh, we're not in combat anymore, I'll dismiss my grease spell.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is
there's a
something you'd
mod that does
expect.
that.
You'd expect it in a tabletop game or in a, like, fantasy epic story. It's just like, yes, the combat is at an end, I will free us from our bonds, or whatever. It's like, no, grease for everyone.
Yeah, and if
Gandalf never had this problem.
Gandalf never had that problem,
If
bless him.
I could also see that being like a thing to have in like a fantasy comedy series is like fight at the start of an episode where it's like, no problem, I'll cast my web spell the entire rest of the episode after the fight. As I'm going, oh, this lasts half an hour. Yeah, I don't have to wait to spell. I'm not high enough level yet.
Yeah,
don't waste your time trying
God.
to get to the upper floors of this tower. The Joser gate
Joser game.
on the first floor locks us in tight, and even if you manage to get it open,
Thanks,
Okay.
skeleton.
Thanks, Skeleton.
okay.
But yeah, no, and the thing is, you can't even use a torch or anything to burn away the webs. And it's like, come on, please. Like, I have, like, my poor dwarf cleric is just constantly trying to make, like, roll saves or roll combat maneuvers or whatever to try to get himself free from the fucking webbing. And it's been minutes. Please, just let him use a torch. Like, burn it away.
That was kind of a problem with Baldur's Gate as well.
Oh no. And it's just really silly. I mean, hell, you think fire could burn away? Like, just use a torch or something to light the grease, like after the battle or something. I know, again, there's a mod that can do it, but it's like, this is obnoxious. There's not even like a button to just wait for it to go away. You just know you don't get to skip forward in time in Pathfinder Kingmaker. You just gotta wait, and it's like, why would you design it like this? Since the Demon Emperor took over, the gates connecting the Nomos have been locked tight. The gates are sealed by the magic of the demon that controls each Nomos. So if you wanted to open them...
Why aren't they finishing their sentences?
Oh, hi, my name's Clem. We've been cursed by the Demon Emperor to never finish our...
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I hope you have a nice.
Later.
God. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, in an extra chapter, or like, I forgot oh yeah, I think it was from the Adventurer's Bible or something, for, that has some extra comics, for, Dungeon Meshi, or Delicious in Dungeon. There's a part where, great, what's his name? I'm forgetting his name, where one of the, great, the kind of, like, scheming guy, like, who loves watching people, Denjimeshi. Yeah, dark skin. Right? Plays out.
God, what's his name? Capru?
Kabu?
Dungeon. Capru.
Gabru. Right?
Yeah, I couldn't
Where he's
remember
talking.
if that actually was off the top of my head. There he is.
But yeah, he's talking. Where it shows him talking to some of the Canaries, which are a group of elves who are try to close mystic dungeons or whatever. It's a whole thing. But like, ask them like, oh hey, I don't really know I'm not really that well versed in magic. Like, if I wanted to you know, learn some, what'd be some really useful magic to learn first? And everyone's like, oh yeah, we often get like
Explode
the
everything, including yourself. Spell.
close. Actually,
Great. Go on.
the spell they recommend for like the learning spellcasters is actually a spell where you shoot out lubricant on the ground, where it's like, oh, it's really useful
It's
for
Greece.
tripping up monsters. It's it's a really useful spell, but it's described as you just kind of shoot out a string of lubricant from like your hand or your staff or something, and it
Yeah,
just
it's super
sounds really
gross.
this just sounds so gross. Instead of just a pot, a puddle of grease just magically appears. It's like, no, you shoot it out, and it's like, oh, and
It's
it's just like,
score all over the place.
yeah, and it's just so funny, especially knowing that like the author for Dungeon Meshi is a huge ADD and Baldur's Gate fan. So it's like, yeah, it's just like Grease is just a really good spell in those games, and but it's just really gross. he just it's just describing it in the worst way possible. If yeah, you shoot up Grease, and it's like, oh, that just sounds absolutely unattractive in every way possible. That said, though, I do love the spell of explode everything around you, including yourself. Shout out to the One Punk Kid comic where Trixie casts that on herself. Oh yeah, Karu. Love that guy.
Okay. Yes, Kitty, what is it? Where'd you
Aw.
go?
God.
Yeah.
You know what? Since I saw Mary posted in his guy naming server just a spell of low-level spell that shoots grease all over the damn place, but it inexplicably has a 3-day duration. You know what? Shout out to the game Dragon's Dogma for there can be effects and like grease spots or whatever where it's like, oh, like something's covered with grease, and if it's covered with grease, it takes more fire damage. But also, you can clean grease off of your characters if you carry some like spare rags with you, right? Which is a fun little detail, and it's like, oh my god, look at this weird dog. Sorry, just distracted by the green SMT dog that's yelling. That hates
Wiggle Pop.
Wiggle
Flies
Pup.
by
That hates.
flapping his ears.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
easy. It's like you just got to be aggressive. And it's like, yo, you're so cool. And it's like, yeah, I am.
It's empty. Oh, it's supposed to have a view sphere. Whatever. It's not all that useful. Oh, Greece is so useful it's in Dragon Age.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's in Dragon Age.
You say that Djoser in the Gate of Djoser means to separate. So it's supposed to mean that all of us down here are locked away from everyone else. As if we
Yeah.
get in the way? How rude!
Mm,
Not with
Something's written on the statue's plinth. Go under the ground, ye weak. The light is for the strong alone.
great.
Oh wait, that was
Love
Mary.
finding. It's fine. It happens.
Yeah. Listen, you've been reading out everything this episode. Like, if you said, "Oh, read this," then I would. You didn't, so there's an official Roller Coaster Tycoon Mr. Bones Wild Ride
Yeah.
T-shirt, and I'm
Oh,
just
wow.
going, is it worth ordering this? Because I don't know about the shipping rates from the.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. It's like I'd wear that.
Nice. Also, completely tangent to everything, but I saw this on Twitter, posted in voice chat, of just the extracted textures for Kiryu, and just Dami Dene guy. Yikes! Looks like my Bakami textures have been extracted. God, dumb. Find it silly that I like. That made me chuckle so much, but yeah. God, such a goofy joke, but yeah, no. Love seeing. Oh yeah, I recently saw, or I think last week saw Pokey stream. Yakuza Kawakime? Great, I'm forgetting what it's called. Yakuza Extreme, the remake of Yakuza 1. It's fun, also very silly, because it has the Majima Everywhere system, where, you know, a fan favorite character, Goru Majima, can jump out and attack you, and you get like special XP and like skill tree based on that. And it's like very cool and everything. But the funny thing is, in the first game, Goru Majima, he shows up like once at one point. You know, makes his big like entrance into the series. He gets stabbed, and then you don't see him again until you fight him at a later boss fight, and then he just doesn't show up for the rest of the game. But with the Majima Everywhere system, you're just gonna have funny little encounters with him, like every so often, and he's just a silly little guy, which is like how he becomes in the rest of the series later on. But it's funny just in the remake of the first game, because he's very much not like that yet. And also, I love hearing Dark's little kitty, like the bell on the collar or whatever chime every so often. It's
Love cats.
Come to think of it, there's a blue key.
There's a blue key here, but picking it up will cause imps to spawn.
Hell yeah, let's have that.
Imp encounter.
Oh, that kind of. Okay.
know what? Has Doom ever done a crossover with SMT? I don't think so, but that'd be like I'd love the idea
Not
of
an
like a
official
Kako
one,
demon.
but I
Like
can see that happening.
yeah, just have a little Kako demon like chill with you or whatever. That'd be fun.
Kako Demon voice crushed this rock.
There is a mod for that.
Nice.
Okay, Angel.
Yeah. I did guest on a stream George did a while back of the Doom RPGs that were on various phones. Kitty, 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 kitty. Aww, patting that Kako Demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me just turn on a light for a sec.
All right.
Okay. A long time ago, this tower was located right in the center of the expanse. Back then, you could leave it and walk around the rest of the expanse like you'd think. Since the Demon Emperor pulled the human world into the edge of the expanse, no one's been able to leave the tower. It's been called the Tower of Confinement ever since.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yay, level ups.
Okay, they both have enough points.
So time for both of them to die is what you're saying.
Yes.
Still funny every time to me. Also, post in voice chat. Now I know. I had a figure. I figured this is what Pokey was doing, with extracting the textures for Kiryu but this is still really funny. The neighbors on the Kiryu's back. Instead of his dragon tattoo, tattoo. I might get tripped upon.
Okay, I did turn on the valve, so we should be able to come back quickly.
That's
Okay.
good.
Okay, it is the next one. Okay.
No, I forgot her name, but I missed the companion that was like every time she'd come back from the dead. It's like, oh, you thought I was gone, didn't you? Just
Reiko.
yeah, kind of smug about it. That was really fun.
Is Ame no Uzumi.
Neat.
Tsuchigumo.
Yep.
Spider.
Now
Not
has
strictly just a spider. Shibaboo.
a stoma.
Yeah, you know what? I am getting that Mr. Bones Wild Ride t-shirt.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are you getting off Mr. Bones' wild ride?
Nobody gets off Mr. Bones Wild Ride. That's the whole point. Like, I'd love to see t-shirts for other iconic roller coaster tycoon rides, but you know, the other ones are a bit more abstract than Mr. Bones. Like, the Wheel of Life and Death is just this gigantic, like, diamond of tracks with brakes on them to make you go at, like, 0.001 miles per hour or something stupid. Then the ride takes 60 real-time years.
God.
Because at least with Mr. Bones, you get off the ride and then have nowhere to go but back on the ride.
You can't handle a demon of this level.
Maybe you can't, but I can.
No,
Yeah,
I'd
sounds
win.
like a skill issue.
Hello? Who's there? Who there's opened the gate without my permission? Now it happens to mischief makers don't like you, don't you? They get shaken.
Mischief Makers for the N64 reference.
Hold on, let's find a better place. Oh, this is different music.
New song. Oh.
Nice. I like it.
This is the SAT-1 boss music.
Oh, nice. This owns.
Hell's Fist.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. You're actually seeing some real discussion from Tequila Zaku after I linked that whole post about the villainess subject genre of isekai is more or less based on nothing.
Oh boy. Oh,
What-
And I'm like, yeah,
What are you even
know what,
talking
fair.
about?
Alright,
Ah, don't worry about it. This is isekai naming chat stuff.
What is the villainous genre?
oh,
So, go ahead, Kitty.
oh, sorry. Right, there's like a bunch of isekai stuff like, oh, great. You know, oh, I woke up in like in my video game, or like, and I'm going to romance the villainess of the story, or I woke up as the villainess, and I'm gonna,
Yeah.
instead of messing around with the main character, I'm gonna be a
It's-
big lesbian or whatever. There's a
It's
whole bunch of these.
oh,
and-
Tequila Zaku has entered the ring to discuss the villainess Otome. Like, so an Otome game is like a game that's basically a dating sim aimed at women. Usually they have like there are lesbian ones, but usually it's, oh, there's a bunch of handsome guys you can romance, and usually in those there'd be like, well, usually in the stories portrayed in isekai, it's, oh, but there's an evil alternate girl, like, can romance them, and you're up against her and stuff. And the thing is, this isn't really a thing in that many dating sims. And so you end up with the situation that, like the majority of isekai, of, oh no, the demon lord is here, but luckily I have my cell phone. Like, those are all riffing off of Mystic. Sorry, no, Dragon God, I'm like
Dragon Quest
I-
1?
Dragon Quest 1. I was gonna say Mystic Quest 1. That's not a thing. Mystic Quest is a whole other thing. Yeah, Dragon Quest 1, because early Isekai was based on that. And now Tequila Zaku is posting, well, actually, it's a whole Rose of Versailles thing, which is probably true.
Let me introduce you to, well, historical, real, actual person, Madame du Barry, who was
Yeah.
well known for sleeping with the King of France at the time, and is absolutely the petty evil rival of Marie Antoinette in there. And his that situation is extremely much like all the evil high school trope rival is off of.
You're
But
You're kind of muffled. Like, I can hear you, but it's kind of hard to
Yeah,
understand.
we're not
sometimes.
censoring you. Like, you're not being silenced. Please speak your
ah
truth.
fuck! God damn it. Okay.
is it better now?
I think so, maybe.
Maybe.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
No.
Yeah,
Hello?
I still sound a bit muffled. Like, is your mic fully plugged in?
Yeah, I'm on a pair of headphones, but I think they're like giving up on me. So
Oh no.
I think I need to get a new
Hold on.
headset that's... This one sounds okay, but a bit fuzzy around the edges in a way that I can definitely hear, and I don't know if anyone else can.
Well,
Like, whenever
really,
I hear
no.
my own voice on stream, it's like, oh, this is the headset that's causing this.
the other reason why I might be muffled is because I have a cold. But
Oh,
Don't worry
okay.
about that now. But yeah, we were just like...
uh,
God, I can't
Yeah.
even remember how we got on the topic of villainess.
but like Rose of Versailles is also interesting because it's the reason why every goddamn like shoujo thing is set there with like extreme French Revolution aesthetics because
Yeah.
it was wildly popular at the time.
Yeah, it's just that influential in the same way
And
that...
that's not like only influential on the shoujo genre, right? It's also extremely influential on who we get the super robot genre, which extremely takes from these aesthetics for especially a lot of their villains who are weird like military uniform twinks a lot of the time. And
Oh.
occasionally demons, if they're not like evil professors.
Oh, could it be? You're... Oh my, I must have formed the Demon Emperor. But then you died.
Yeah,
Great.
great. Everyone's just dying before they can tell the Demon Emperor or anything, and then we get to the final dungeon, he's like, who the hell are you?
Oh yeah, I think Tim, were you the one that brought up the villainous thing out of like curiosity?
The what?
I forget. Like, did you bring it up recently about the villainous thing?
Don't worry about
the
it.
trope?
Tim asked what the hell we were talking about when one of us said, oh, the villainess
Oh yeah.
is
No,
a
I
kind
just
of
don't understand what you guys are
villainous?
talking about.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
worry
there's
about
one
it.
airing this season, which is really gay, but I don't really know much about it.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a whole genre, or basically a whole sub-genre of various, like, manga and anime about, like, an archetypal villainess that someone interacts with in some unexpected way. Like, oh, I'm going to, like, oh, I got isekai to my video game. I'm gonna romance the villainess or whatever. Or I'm gonna join her or help her or
I'm gonna
whatever.
socially manipulate a whole bunch of people.
I got
Yeah.
isekai'd into an RPG. Unfortunately, I got isekai'd with a guy who also does not like RPGs and complains about it all the time.
That would suck.
I got
That would
isekai
suck
into a
so
world
much.
without objective morality. Oh wait,
Yeah.
Oh.
You got his guide into a world with objective morality.
oh man.
Oh no.
We just swapped places.
Turns out murder is
no.
objectively moral. Who would have thought?
I'm
Oh no.
Paladin code. Oath number 1, kill people so you can go to heaven faster. Oath number 2, always wash your hands. That is all.
If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
Please.
Shut up! Oh god, that's so wild.
If you kill yourself before the drugs reach your heart, it counts like an instant reversal before you still get to go to heaven.
Yeah, you underflow past the, like, you can't go to hell twice, so they send you to heaven.
Twice.
Right, except for the dimensions where they count for that with super hell.
Oh no. God.
So I think we were posting earlier about Kabru and various My Hero characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got brought up because a joke I made, and I'm like, man, the only characters I really know about it are like, cute teen, just a Froppy, love that goofy little frog gal.
Oh man,
And
this
their
reminds me of
shenanigans.
that post by the person who was like posting about Avatar The Last Airbender, but I only know about it from fanfic, and it eventually ended up on wait, who's Aang?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh
fair.
yeah, it's a show about these two girls that are dating, and it's like they're not dating. In no way are they dating. It's who the hell is Aang?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
out of like fanfiction tropes, Aang would be the most ignored person because Aang
Yeah.
doesn't really fit in with a lot of those. I mean, he's still like the youngest member, like
Of the DK
coming to
crew.
age and all that of the DK crew,
yeah.
the pacifist
it-
member of the DK crew.
It's really funny who you would get exposed to from certain series just based off of nothing but fan art. Like, I'm sure no one who watches Nadesco really knows about any of besides like 2 characters and 1 robot that people like to draw.
God, I still remember before I read Homestuck, of like seeing the fan art of it, and then being severely disappointed that like oh, these characters are so cool in the fan art, and then like, oh, they're nothing like the fan art. The fans completely just did their own things with it.
God, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. That. There was like
That tracks for so many characters, unfortunately, in Homestuck.
Yeah, there was like
No.
there was like a character who's like nothing like they are in the series in like a fan art thing, and I pointed out, hey, this guy sucks.
I mean, there's so
Maybe
many of those guys, though.
Maybe you shouldn't make fan art of that person.
Oh, talking about Doc Scratch? Because if any character
No.
absolutely does not need fan art, it would absolutely be Doc Scratch.
No,
Man,
it's
I've been
someone
trying
worse.
to forget Homestuck ever since it ended.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's
Like,
just
yeah.
funny.
Days
Yeah,
since
it
last
just is.
Homestuck mention, 0.
Like, God, it's funny to me, like, seeing someone mention, like, oh, classic Tumblr sexy men, and someone lists Gamzee, and I'm like,
No.
he's like 6'1", he's like 16. He's not even a sexy man. He's a weird clown guy. Secondly, he just stops being the character after some point and just kind of
He
shows
really
up like, oh, he's
does
doing his goofy
completely
thing.
stop being a character after. God, I can't even think when this would be. There is a point. Basically, it's when what they call the alpha kids are introduced. Gamzee just stops being a character at all. He's just a one-note joke.
Yeah. That, for some reason, in the lore of Homestuck,
You're breaking
You
up.
are roboting here.
Oh
Oh, no.
god, so are you, Mary.
oh no, am I okay
happening?
now?
Yeah, now
How
Around
we
you're.
the
resisted.
world,
Okay.
around the world.
But yeah, it's just kind of funny of just seeing people like, oh, Gamzee's such a fun character, and then reading the comic, and it's like he was like that for like a few for a little bit when he's first introduced, which honestly he should have kept that way because like eventually
Yeah, he's like that for a bit. He goes completely berserk, and then he stops being a character.
yeah, and it's a shame because like hell, even after he kind of goes berserk, you should have he should have kept that. That
Yeah.
would have been some characterization. But it just kind of stops, and it's like, man, uh, oh, Homestuck, and weird Tumblr nerds who completely I mean, okay, sometimes I understand, right, where you like something or you like the potential in this series, and you're like, no, I'm just gonna have fun with these characters. Like,
Yeah,
they're my
most.
Slurbos now, but
I get it, but like, I'm very much of the type where I'm like, no, 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 no. The rough edges is what makes them my Glorbos.
I mean, okay, true, but it's sometimes it's a series like okay, it did everyone dirty in the worst way.
Oh yeah, absolutely
I guess,
everybody.
I guess for me, I don't really feel that way about things because when I look at this, I'm just like, well, I just don't care enough about the series anymore than to really interact with it on that level, right? But I
Yeah,
get that that's just like a personal preference matter.
yeah, but it's just funny though going into Homestuck and like most of the characters are treated that way, and it's
Oh
like, oh,
yeah.
here's this character who's nice and kind, and then it's like in the actual comic she's dropping the R slur. I'm like, oh,
Extremely, he would not fucking say that situation.
I'm like, oh
God.
no. And it's like, oh
Cartman
no.
going, I use any pronouns, thanks. It's like he would
Um,
not say that.
I was going to say a Tumblr post I saw earlier of, oh, there should be female characters who are horrible villains in the story, but are like mischaracterized in fanfic. And I pointed out
That's
the
all
home
of them.
right, but I pointed out the biggest one in that in Homestuck. You know her. You
Da circuit, da Vriska circuit, Vriska circuit. Wait, anyway,
yeah.
you know
God.
her.
I'm thinking of like Red versus Blue is another really funny one for this. That one has some extremely like rounded down versions of character interactions. So I'm thinking like, this was like, as much as I like it, this was extremely like a dude bro internet show from 2008. It was not this sensitive.
Especially considering stuff that went on
Yeah.
in Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear they're scrapping like the entirety of like season 15 and upwards and just restarting again at that point?
No, I haven't been keeping up with Red versus Blue to be honest, but that's wild to hear because
Let's.
I know it's been going on for such a long time to just
I
like
mean,
It
I
hasn't
think
been.
they're correct. I mean, on an objective level, I think it's a correct decision because that was definitely the last good season. But
no.
on a like level of this, I'm like, I just don't think I have it in my heart to care anymore after everything I learned about Rooster Teeth after that, and like after so much time has passed. Just let it go.
Yeah.
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 Just let it go. It's over.
Except we can't let it go because we can't have the money dry up because the Ruby ship is also extremely sinking.
Oh wow, I didn't know. I knew Ruby was kind of helping them float along.
The problem is like Ruby is just like Ruby season 1 to 3 are still extremely popular, but not
Yeah.
really like the recent seasons. Even like the recent anime project was just again a remake of season 1, which gets the total number of remakes of Ruby season 1 to 3 in anime or manga form up to 3.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time we're gonna do it right.
They do not.
Spoiler, they do not. There's so much potential in it, and it's just, they never achieved that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, just sorry to bring this off topic, but I was thinking earlier because well, James was doing it, but I'm curious which RPG pioneered being able to use your healing spell from the pause menu on party members.
Huh.
It's such a cool feature, but it is really like a fairly old school RPG feature, but like I wonder where it originally came from.
Yeah, that's a good question. It's very appreciated, though.
Probably wizardry.
Yeah.
Early wizardry mind. Ultima.
That would make sense.
Early Ultima was like single player until Ultima 3. Single character.
Ah.
You can't come to the fight. Then again, there's probably an even earlier one that's more obscure.
That might be true. Although Wizardry is pretty early as far as true RPGs go.
Yeah, honestly, I'd be tempted to say, like,
Oh.
you start at Wizardry, you find the Wizardry game that had it first, and then you work backwards from there. It's gonna be a game like a year or two before that at most. Not because Wizardry was, oh, they're always on top of trends or anything, just because that's where you would tend to get like those kind of features coalescing into a major title.
Yeah, although thinking about it now, it might not actually have started as a quality of life feature, but as a more direct to D&D reference, because you could just cast that spell out of combat.
Yeah.
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 So if you are really curious, figure out which Wizardry game had it first and work from there.
Although I heard that there's like a 800-year-old role-playing game.
God.
Uh-huh.
I think I
And
remember.
playing it unleashes the curse, right? And then we have to play the game in real life to undo that.
Oh no.
Oh great, it's Jumanji.
What if Jumanji was a role-playing game?
I actually
dear.
have a whole story concept for this.
You could genuinely do that kind of story, and it would actually be like a fun idea.
I was thinking you could do a thing where it's like, like everyone gets literally like, well, for lack of a better term, isekai into their like role-playing campaign, with the DM getting isekai into the role of God. And
That
slowly
that
but
phrase,
surely,
for lack of a better word, is carrying a lot of weight.
but everyone slowly begins to like lose themselves in the role and just turn into the character they're supposed to be portraying.
Yeah,
And this leads to
because-
heightened tension and drama, as
Like-
one of them might be secretly evil and they couldn't know which one.
I mean, the obvious thing there is like early story parts. It's like, oh, we've literally got God on our side. You know, like if we're all our characters, that's the DM, and the DM is being corrupted by the power of being a god.
Yeah, right.
No
You start off
DM
and
should
it's
be a
like,
god.
yeah, you start off and it's awesome. And it's like, hey DM, make us like 1 billion gold coins,
It's
and
like,
then he does it. And
I'll
it's like,
make you level 99. Oh,
and then
here's
eventually,
a magic
you-
sword. And then it's
And-
like, oh, now they're the villain.
yeah, eventually you'll have go into a fight, and it's like, DM, I need you to make me win. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't use that spell. We don't have any more spell slots. Just give me more. I'm like, I can't do that for you. And then eventually, like halfway through, the DM just stops answering and talking to them directly entirely, as like the players turn to heaven and no answer comes.
DM actually turns into the Demiurge!
God.
Oh, that would be a thing. Like, you're not the DM anymore. You're the demiurge, but the D and M are capitalized.
That's extremely funny. Yeah, and one of the characters, the players know that one of the characters is secretly chaotic evil, but they don't know which one. And that character is really smart, so he starts pretending to be their player. So they have to figure out which among them is still themselves, and which among them has already like lost themselves in it.
See, that would be really good. You have like early on the like DM god like drops. Oh yeah, I had this whole thing like I dealt you like roll cards in secret. It's gonna be a whole thing. One of you is secretly evil. Don't worry about it. And by the time they go, hey, maybe we should be worrying about it. The DM is like, I'm sorry, you need to spend your action this turn praying to me to get an answer.
Hang on, I'll be.
Okay,
Yeah.
take care.
See?
And then you have to actually play out the adventure till the end dramatically and to like get out of it, and like only one of them makes it dramatically to the end of the campaign and goes, "It's over now! Let us free! Let us out!" And then you have
Holding
some,
the
like,
D20 in your hand above your head and shouting, Jumanji!
yeah, that's a whole thing. 10 million tickets sold. Best screenplay of the year.
Alright.
$1 more billion.
Exactly.
God. Goodness. Hi.
I am never gonna watch Morbius.
Same.
Same.
Take the vow.
Their mother will be found.
Say, is fellas a gender neutral term? I was thinking about
I
this.
mean,
It comes
if
from
you see
fellows,
fellas
right? And a
secret,
fellow
then
is
you
there's
know.
no other gendered versions of the word fellow, right? Like a fellowship isn't necessarily all male. But then again, you wouldn't think of Goodfellas as being particularly inclusive in that sense.
Yeah.
But
That is the thing.
it's a question of like if you like odd like because etymologically speaking it shouldn't be, but in its use case it kind of is.
Yeah. Connotation. Yeah. Uh, great. Now I'm thinking about gendered language. Does anyone want to hear the silly story of Latin X
Oh
and
boy.
the kerfuffle about that?
Oh, I mean, I'm vaguely aware of some of it, but sure.
Right? Like I'm not the most in depth, but as so Latina. Oh boy. Right. So, right, I forget when exactly, but at some point in time, someone was like, "Hey, we came up with a gender neutral way to in the Spanish language to denote a way to denote gender neutrality in Spanish language, right? It's Latinx, right? But just spelled like instead of Latino or Latina, they just have an X at the end, right? And some people
And
were
I
like,
will
okay,
say,
cool, and moved on from there. But
I extremely
real
thought
quick.
that was pronounced Latin when I first read it.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll get into right, but here's the thing, right? A lot of people looked at this and were like, "How the hell do you pronounce this?" Right? Like because in English in the U.S., I know there's folks spelled with an X explicitly to denounce like gay/queer like intent, right? You're like talking about folks. Like you get it, and how English is pronounced that works. It's pronounced the same as a folks with a K and an S, right? So it's like it's fine.
Mhm.
But in Spanish, I don't know, there's no agreement in how the hell you'd even pronounce it, right? And another thing is people pointed out on screen readers, it just does not work. They'd have no idea how to pronounce it either because it doesn't work in Spanish. Like I remember bringing up, and someone else also brought. Oh, I thought it was supposed to be Latinx, and it's like I don't know, like that doesn't make sense to me. Neither does Latinx. There's no way to pronounce it that really makes sense, right? And people were arguing about it, and there'd be people from Latin American countries, from Spanish-speaking countries, being like, "Oh, the stupid like the stupid Americans, Daporia, with being like they're silly, taking inspiration from folks and trying to put it into like Spanish in this stupid thing that no one can agree on. And then like people from like Daporia, from the U.S. like the stupid like assholes from the motherlands, come out with this nonsensical term that no one knows how to pronounce. Like people were like getting in the flame wars about it, right? Like people were like pissed because no one knows how to fucking pronounce it, and it like people are like, oh, using it is ableist because it fucks with screen readers, and like you get petty shit like that. People obviously not really caring too much about ableism, but just like spitting back and forth, right? And someone later tried like, well, Latinao, where you use the at symbol, but you pronounce it as a and O, which is like pronounceable, a bit weird, but actually pronounceable in Spanish. But then you'd have to use the at sign, which is also brings up issues. But then I think later someone like, for people who still kept up with it, someone's like, hey, what if you just put an E and put Latin? And then it's like, okay, that actually makes sense in the Spanish language, and with just an E at the end of it, because yeah, that just works better for like things. And then like people who are keeping up with it, like, okay, yeah, no, that works. But every so often, you still get people flame warring about it, about like, oh, this sucks, and it's blah 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 blah, and it's just so funny because it's like just someone trying to like, oh, we're adding a gender neutral way to a gender neutral ending in Spanish because normally everything's either masculine or feminine, and then just cause so much strife and like no one agreeing on where it actually came from. Like I don't remember where it started from. Like when I heard it originally, it started in like Latin America, but like I don't know anymore because everyone is like, this is dumb. It has to be those assholes over there. Like, it's because it just made no sense in Spanish to pronounce it like Latinx, or like it just made no sense. The X is hardly used in Spanish. Like it's not like it
Yeah,
doesn't come up often, so it's just like Latinx, like so it's like, or
uh,
Latin X.
I'm here helpfully posting the possible pronunciations of X chart for this purpose. It can only be one of these 12 options.
Oh no, Zax. Wait, Guilty Gear Zax? Is
It's
that how it's
pronounced Guilty
pronounced?
Gear Zex, yes, that's the kana. It's the official kana pronunciation.
Okay, that makes sense. That's just still God. God, of course, it's Chris for Christmas.
It's also Guilty Gear XX is also technically pronounced Guilty Gear Igu Zex.
Ah,
So
I
anyway,
know.
this is sorry, yeah, no, this is the ones, and the ones at the bottom. I guess we can put like Latin X in the question mark category. We could not determine how these are supposed to be pronounced.
Oh, absolutely. It's just great because literally no one can agree. But yeah, just Latin. Just put an E on there, and like people who've been keeping up with it would like know what's up. But yeah, that said, Latin X did like get popularity from just being the first one. So
Right.
people just saw it like, okay, just kind of kept it going. God,
To be fair, Latin cross is pretty cool. You could also
damn.
try the very like evocative Latin versus.
Oh, we could do Latin versus. Make it into a fighting game. That said, Latin Cross sounds like an incredibly. It could be either incredibly cool fighting game or incredibly like kind of wacky fighting game. Either way, it'd be very Catholic inspired. But I'm imagining
Yeah,
the cool version of Latin Cross being like a fighting game with like kind of the anime version of like the 1800s, like taking place like in or around the Spanish, like all the very Spanish the countries under Spanish rule gaining like independence or something.
Oh,
Like
yeah, that's
maybe there's
cool.
some fighting tournament related to that somehow. I don't know. Like we had to fight the like King of Spain or something. I don't know.
I was thinking of
No. You're having them from each of these nations like fighting each other to determine which of them gets to be the capital of it.
Mm.
And
So
it's
like
like,
a
yes,
united.
I will lead
I was
with my
imagining the Latin.
fists. Blah blah blah. You know, typical fighting tournament setup.
Imagining the Latin cross is a pro wrestling move. Like, oh my god, and from the corner he hit him with the Latin cross!
Oh, no one ever gets up after the Latin cross. Except the Undertaker.
Of
What?
course.
Wait. Hi. What?
Hi. I while you're gone, I decided to bring up the Latin/Latinx, fucking flame wars that happened due to someone innocently enough trying to have a gender-neutral, way to end Spanish words due to Spanish language having either masculine or feminine endings, for words, and then how that someone just put an X on the end of it and everyone hated it. And then we got
Yeah.
onto the anime, the different anime Japanese shows having the pronunciation of X, and just Latin cross being an option for pronouncing the X in that, because then we came up with the fighting game prompts, basically.
It of course could also stand for the Latin kiss. Ooh.
Ooh, God. Sorry, I'm looking at one of these and I see knowledge.
Yes, knowledge.
Ooh, magic
God.
Incent.
Consent. Oh, incense.
Magic
Yeah.
incense.
Yeah, it's gonna fuck us up.
I mean, I don't think it would, like, it's not a vape pen or something, is it?
Weed themed
I mean-
magic incense.
You light those on fire and like smell those and feel good.
I mean, because it's aromatherapy, probably, right? Or I mean, then again, I don't know the whole history of different like religions and like incense, but like I guess I don't know. I
Using
guess
minor
you could.
illusion to create weed smell.
Weed smell. Oh no!
It is explicitly.
No, I don't want to put them on blast, but I remember another server, someone accidentally saying "weed party" because they didn't know what to call it if there was a party, and someone like, hey, let's go smoke some weed there, and just being obliterated in the chat because weed party. Also, what's this gremlin?
Yomotsu Shikome.
But yeah, just love the idea of being invited to a weed party.
Going to the weed party and I open the door and it's like a little grassy field with little gremlin grass people running around and like, oh sorry, I misunderstood.
They invite you in anyway to frolic in the grass.
Don't worry, they're cool. Okay, is Hit Basher any good? No.
Always a
he's
funny
not.
question. Oh, whack.
Well,
Hold on.
you do whack with it.
It's these guys. I know they have their own card. I forget what they're called.
Yeah, I don't think I would frolic in
Oh, no.
the meadows with those grass guys. Oh, you're talking about the grass guys, not the weird cat thing.
Yes.
Yeah, those are
Weird
nettles.
cat thing rolls worst blunt ever. has to leave the card art of That Grass Looks Greener.
God, that card. It's one of those ones that looks innocuous. I think it was banned on Duel Links for a while, and I don't know what it was like in the actual game.
Oh, it was super banned for a while. I think it's still on the list at 1? Or maybe it's just on the list entirely. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh, it came out and everyone instantly started running 60 card decks. Literally changed the game on release.
Yeah. Because that creates a meta where the optimal strategy is to have more cards in your deck than your opponent so they can't cast this one spell. And so everyone was running like maximum cards in their deck, which in the physical game is 60. In Duel Links, I think is 30.
Yeah. And of course, when you just like, and then you're like milling half your deck is tantamount to winning most of the time. Especially with everything that was legal at the time. Legalize it.
Legalize
Legalize it.
pot of greed.
Legalize pot of greed.
Hell
Dark
yeah.
Magician Money Gang. We love casting spells. Legalize pot of greed.
Oh. This message is brought to you by Dark Magician of Chaos. I am normal and can be trusted with spells in the graveyard.
Curse wooden horse. Oh, was this made out of your friends? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Awkward. What do you want now, Nightmare?
Get out of here, Nightmare. Where's Poltergeist? Where's our homie? Where's our friend?
Pushing aside other demons and reaching for Poltergeist. Just like that gremlin. Oh god. Why did you post that pot of greed minion?
I don't like that.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm kind of afraid of what I might see the next time I look.
Let
in
me
voice
post
chat.
that in the Squad of Greed server, which is
I already
based on the
posted that
Yu-Gi-Oh
there a
podcast.
while ago. I made
Okay.
that for that server.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really check up on that one too much. It updates really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it muted whenever it's not Cup of Greed season. I'm just not able to keep up with that chat.
Still good stuff though. But yeah, I was like, oh, they would love
They're all
this.
good
And I'm
people,
like,
I
oh,
just
no.
can't keep up with them.
But
yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
no.
I check up on like some channels and like usually just scroll down until some word that I'm scrolling past makes my brain spark enough for me to read what was being said. I was like, Zeal, time to put on a knight's armor and defend Zeal in the public forum.
I would like to point out that we are facing enemies that we didn't face until like the 4th dungeon. And this
Oh,
is
wow.
like the second of all the parts of this. This is
And
like-
that's the nerf.
Oh, nice.
no, I think
we're
it's more. Everything is stronger.
Oh, including you. Or
Well,
Is
they are
everything
giving me
stronger
lots
now?
of XP.
I see. You know,
Ooh, chilly.
something to be said about the humble metal slime and its derivatives. Truly, truly like a beloved fixture of any RPG.
Yeah.
God, I forgot about Girth Paladin.
Girth Paladin?
You
Yeah, I clicked the pinned messages on character classes, and it's like, oh yeah, Girth Paladin. The context for that is all like in a thread of screen caps. Where someone said, oh yeah, I played as a Gift Paladin in Baldur's Gate 3, and I went, oh, I've just woken up and I read that as Girth Paladin.
Girth Paladin, save me. Save me, Girth Paladin.
Yeah, basically anything that's pinned on that server has some weird context behind it.
And maybe no context.
You
Yeah.
are worthy of my girth.
No.
Hmm.
God.
Bowser is girthy, but he's not a paladin.
Yeah.
Not with that attitude.
No, it's so true.
Yeah, he could be. But he doesn't
Oh, yeah.
want to be, is the thing.
Yeah.
No, wait, what was oh. Looking through other personal edits now, and some of these I really don't remember why I made them.
Imagine Jesus. Like, I'm looking at that and immediately going, oh yeah, Dragon Ball joke.
Yeah, I mean, I
Dragon-
still get the joke for this one at least, but I kind of don't really understand context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball these nuts.
A.
Wow, that didn't
I don't
work.
know why I said that.
Bibity took
Mind
over your
Goblin.
mind.
Mind Goblin these nuts!
Only the Mind
What?
Goblin knows. Oh, is that one in boss battles?
I hope so.
Ah, the Christian baby who keeps posing ethical questions to you, and it's like, man, why are you talking like a Redditor?
Why are you like this, Christian baby?
I've just jumped out of a plane, and if you don't renounce Satan in all his evil ways, I won't open my parish. And it's like, whatever, like, Christian baby, like, you can't hold me hostage all the time.
The first one I saw was like, yo, we're about to hit a game-winning home run. However, instead of a ball, the batter throws a Christian baby at you.
And
Oh
it's
no!
like, why does it matter what religion the baby is in that context? Like, in the other ones, sure, but like, honestly, I mostly read it as like, a Christian man is saying this to you, and I go, no. Making it a baby doesn't change the ethics.
Oh no! I'm reminded of people who are like, "Oh, can white people say the N-word?" And someone's like, "No." And then what if a child from
What if a
Make-A-Wish
child
Foundation was
dying of
like,
cancer
and
went to the
like,
Make-A-Wish Foundation, and it's like,
they would tell him, "Hey, try again. You get one other shot. Like, make another wish. You're not getting that, actually."
We'll just kill you for that.
Oh, does anyone remember this meme?
Like, oh no, I'm. Oh wait. Oh. I vaguely remember that, but I think I saw that first one about like Pokemon back when it, since it comes out so regularly.
This one, I think I just like added it to be all Gundam quotes, but I feel like this is gonna like not really. I don't wonder if any of these are popular enough to have pierced outside the sphere.
God. Okay, I love the one I blame this on the misfortune of your birth. That's
Blame
hilarious.
this on the misfortune of your birth is like a classic. It's up there with I came here to laugh at you.
Like, I've never saw the blame this on the misfortune of your birth before, but it's like, yeah, that sounds like something that I would like hear somewhere.
Yeah, no. I
God
mean, original Gundam great for really good lines like that. That show has a lot of just very quotable clips.
Goodness.
Who
Oh,
just dropped?
tequila. Accidentally went into the party one.
Tequila.
Fell trapped.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Do the voice
Like-
chat shuffle.
Theoretically, you could add that as a sound effect and play it whenever you join chat, but then we'd kick you every time.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
wait, put in the soundboard.
Oh no.
You know what I feel about that?
What?
Oh no.
Well, you know what I feel about that?
Ba-ba. Da-da.
But, God.
I can't Gutsman's ass with just my mouth.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's an ass.
That
What
was
the
a
fuck
privilege.
is this?
What?
You took out all the words?
This is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but it's only the words in parentheses.
Hold on, chase after him. Something. Saw. Pursue.
Saw. Pursued. Identity. Pursuing him.
Oh.
Strength.
Oh.
Weakness. Survive. Destroy. Tsurugi becomes strong. Now stronger. Even stronger.
Oh.
God, it reminds me of the bit at the end of Steel Ball Run with the listen, I am saying these things to you, and also there are tiny images appearing next to everything I say in my speech bubbles.
Yeah.
And you know that bit. It is
Yeah, I
it's a
know
great scene, but it's also presented in a very funny way out of context.
Yeah.
What's that tequila song?
Oh my god.
Oh, his next team is Gotuo.
Oh god. Why did... not posting that one.
So this is a fiend. And it's a character from the first Shin Megami Tensei.
Huh.
It's honestly kind of minor, because after a certain point, like 1/4 of the way through the game, he's just gone.
Sorry, not you. I hate that I recognize. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I can
the
name
hell is-
every character in this image.
Shut
Oh,
up.
wow.
Oh, shut your mouth. Oh, God.
Oh.
That's 2 zeros. Oh, they're all 0.
Yeah, it took me a bit. As soon as Mary said that, I'm like, wait.
They're
I
all
saw Goku
zero.
there.
That's
I'm
the
like-
joke. It's divide
That's the
by
joke.
0.
They're all.
Okay, but why Goku?
Because
In the
he's a
original
copy of
Harmony
Goku.
Gold God
Oh,
of Dragon
right!
Ball, when they first brought it over, they actually changed all the names up to and including renaming Goku to Zero.
Hey, but
Yeah.
consider this. Fuck Harmony Gold.
Yeah, fuck Harmony Gold. We're always in agreement.
Fuck Harmony Gold.
God.
Absolutely. This is one of my proudest edits.
Oh, you made this?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god, I thought you just like scrounged it up off Twitter or something.
Oh no.
Oh,
This
this
is
is one
the
of
first
yours. Most of my
Damn, an
edits.
original. Can I repost this to another server?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, yeah. Here, do you want me to credit you?
You don't need to. It's a meme. I'll be happy if I see it randomly somewhere else and I'm like, oh god, I've made it this far.
Yeah.
48 seconds.
a couple months from now, you're gonna find it like down the reblog chain on Tumblr.
And I'll be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, and someone else will be claiming credit for it.
Oh, I'll
Fuck
do
off.
my very own Tumblr drama. Please.
Yes.
Rebubbles it.
Can't say rebubble, isn't that a Homestuck thing?
Yes.
No.
Wee bubble?
Is it?
Yes.
It does. There's dream bubbles, but not every bubble thing is a Homestuck thing.
That is specifically a Homestuck thing.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh yeah, the arc where Hussey was talking about Tumblr, and also he very much was not owned by the Tumblr team, telling him, hey, it's messed up that your characters keep saying the R slur. He very much was not owned by that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I also made this. Psych, that's
Oh
a real
my-
game cover.
Yeah, that's,
Oh
that's
my
just
God.
a real.
It's so bad.
Oh my god. You had me fooled for a second. I was looking for the joke.
I just saw this
You
random
had
sort
me.
of character, started laughing, and then went, oh no, this one's real, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was looking for the joke. I was expecting like a secret Rick Astley in the background or something.
No.
You knew I
This
had
is
to
just
do it to them.
an extremely awkwardly edited together cover made from like official art assets that they have. With
This
an
is so
awkward blur
shit.
effect. It's so funny. It's so funny.
It's so bad.
It's such a random selection of characters.
It really is.
It's
Also,
literally
excuse me, I'll be gone for a bit.
it seems to be literally whoever banned Presto could get the rights to at the time. Since it's mostly Sunrise shows. I'm talking about Heroes Fantasia, for anyone that's interested.
Let's talk about it.
I don't know that much about Heroes Fantasia, other than it has like, again, it's got Lena in Versatile Slayers, Haith from Darken and Black, Orphan from Orphan, Kazuma from Scride, Captain Karoro from Captain Karoro, that's Sergeant Frogs, the girl from Read or Die, Mai from, I think that's Mai from My Otome actually, and like the guy from Rude Soldier. And I
Rude
think that's
Buster?
Blood...
No, not
Never mind.
Susie.
Also, I think that's like girl from Blood Sea? There's a lot of Blood something series, so I think I might be getting that mixed up.
Why is the quick sampler so fucked? I had my like fucking thing all nice, and then it just did it unload the sample?
You know, I feel like we've talked about power levels here a couple times, and you know, we all know that like power scaling is extremely like making up shit about fake science in books.
Yeah.
But what
We
if I
know
told
that
you
you
there's
have to
a
trust
place?
professional power scaler.
What if I told you there's a place where power scaling is real and exists in our world? A place of objective numbers where you have ridiculous tiers of like beyond Omega level powers. and that
It's
is
boxing.
custom Mugen characters.
Oh god.
Oh,
Where you
I
No. Oh,
I might know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
where you
There's
can have characters on the level of simply like, oh, this one instantly wins at the start by exploding the entire screen for infinite damage, and then you have like, oh no, this character does malicious code injection to win the game.
yes, the cheapies.
This character crashes the stream.
This character destroys your computer.
this
Yeah.
character jumps out of the computer and kills you.
Exactly, and that's like, you have real levels on this of like, oh, this character is like technically still playing the game, but it's like bullshit. This character is literally like cheating, but cheating by the game's rules. It just doesn't have a hitbox or whatever. And this one's like, oh no, this is like essentially a virus.
Thanks to Bushieta.
Good. I'm so glad.
Bushiasta. The town tablet on the floor above ain't poppin'. Everyone's asleep. I can't even go to my favorite casino.
Oh no, poor Skull Servant. But yes, I think
Oh, I saved
Mugen power
damn
scaling is
thing.
like the thing I'm gonna get into now, because I think it's just extremely funny to have that, have like these stupid versus battle wiki like classifications have a somewhat real world equivalent. I think all the people that are wasting their time on that wiki should just go and get really into Salty Bet.
God, yeah. Like, I'd find them less obnoxious if you were just betting on the salty bet and not going, well, actually, Goku would win this fight. Ugh, God. I don't care.
Yeah, clearly Kiriko Kube would beat Goku.
Yeah.
Final save copy.
Omega Tom Hanks would win.
I got Tom Hanks, oh no. Ah. I just recently finished the new Scott Pilgrim show. That was quite nice. It was very fun. They did a lot of interesting things with that.
I heard.
Well, I guess I don't want to go too in depth on it since it just came out. Gotta give people a little time.
Oh boy.
You know, Tam, I'm really surprised but glad that there's still such a thriving scene for making random memes about specifically Ryuki.
What did you find?
I mean, nothing specific. It's just like there's always like Ryuki memes on my timeline on Tumblr. They just cross my dash on the reg.
Oh,
The last one I found was someone had like a hand vacuum that looks like Oja.
nice. What can I say? It's memeable.
It is very memeable.
Hey, fuck off, Archangel. Oh, right, full moon.
What?
Yeah, you can't talk to demons during the full moon.
Why?
It it just gives them so much energy that they get drunk off it, basically.
Yeah, that's me during the full moon.
Definitely.
Yeah, I would love the full moon if I could see it while there's construction's going on outside my window.
Why is the damn quick sample so fucking buggy? All I want is to just fuck you.
Okay, no, that one's worse. Damn
You
it.
know what?
okay.
I'm just deleting the censor because I hate
What?
it.
What? Real? Oh.
Oh, do you actually want to keep the poorly sound balanced sensor noise always sounds obnoxious?
I guess.
Whatever. We've got 8 slots. I'm not going to delete something if you're.
I mean, if you can rebalance it, then sure.
I don't care. I'm not going to mess around with the sensor noise. I'm either deleting it or just leaving it exactly as it is.
Alright.
I wasted this time making the Tequila Zaku entrance noise.
Oh, hey. Well, now I have to use it for my entrance.
Yeah, but I can't put it on this soundboard for deleting something, and I'm like, oh right, James actually likes the sensor noise, she finds it funny, and I'm just like, I'm not going to delete
Why not
something
make it the
someone else-
spy sensor
Looks like
noise?
your collectathon is going well.
The- I don't know what you're talking about.
TF2! Whatever. It doesn't
me a
matter.
second.
It doesn't matter. It
Fine.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's my favorite number.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what all the...
Bombs? You want it?
I'm trying to figure out what all these even are.
I'd have to download Meet the Spy and get the audio from that, and I can't find a good YouTube downloader site. Doesn't look full of malware. I actually found the song Tequila on the Internet Archive.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's just there. Sorry. Again, I've slept a total of 4 hours in the last 24 hours.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
only because I managed to have a 2-hour nap after work.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, understandably, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna make this sound, and I didn't even check if we had the room for it, and then I'm like, I'm not trying to adjust another sound I don't care about. This joke is no longer funny to me. So you just get the 1 second of tequila.
Tequila.
Hold on, I can try to jury rig.
Yeah.
made it into town.
Mm,
Nobody's here. I'm gonna have to fight a boss before I can do anything in the town, aren't I?
Yeah, I've had shopping trips like that.
yeah, average workday.
Yeah, that sounds like going into town.
Plasma sword?
I wish I didn't live in a fucking high level zone. This is bullshit. Just because I'm far from the protagonist starting count doesn't mean it makes it fucking easy for me.
Listen, yeah,
Hang on a
you
minute.
can absolutely put like poster. I wish I didn't live in the final town of the game, or trapping me in my house because every random monster is hundreds of levels higher than me. Like, you can put stuff like that in the isekai naming server.
Isn't that basically living in Australia?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know what? Never mind. That one's too low hanging fruit. That one fell off the tree.
Yeah.
It's not worth it anymore.
Yeah. There are jokes where you just go, you know what? Like, I spent enough effort on this, I don't care.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Glamour swords gives stamina, plasma sword gives strength and... Well, he could benefit from luck more. So... And... Yeah, my main character can't equip those. Because she's a lady.
Alright, where'd I leave my book? Good. Cool. What do you mean function not supported in current window? How hard can it be to copy and paste? Fuck off. Proud of me for this.
Okay, can't equip that. It's all. That's kind of worse.
Yeah, this is good.
Valkyrie. Unfortunately, makes me dumber. Oh wow, why did I ignore my stamina? Weird.
Yeah.
Okay, just going back so I can sell stuff. 'Cause goddamn, I have too much stuff right now.
Yeah.
And bounce.
Okay, so that's one way? God.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh right, dancing heels is another thing I can sell. And muscle drink. Muscle drink is an item that heals but has a random effect. Sometimes negative, so.
Yeah, and like they test you for it periodically in the dungeon, and if they think that you've drank it, they can just disqualify you from the adventure.
Oof.
The incense is fine. They're cool. Boy, I sure do love climbing towers. Climbing up them, climbing down them. It ain't a dungeon crawl unless there's a tower. Hey.
Yeah, that's probably good. That'll do.
Okay. Those look like good spells. Okay, now they're attacking.
Someone I don't
Hmm.
talk to is about to get a mysterious DM.
No? Okay, we all decide to start talking at once.
Timer ran out. We're no longer muted.
We've all been aggroed simultaneously.
We can cast spells again.
Okay, Baphomet.
Our friend Baphomet.
Alright.
Yeah.
On one hand, I kind of felt like this whole part would have taken longer. But on the other hand, we are only on the first Nomos.
This is just a tutorial level.
Well, no, this is the level after the tutorial.
Tune in for the next 50 weeks where we're grinding our way up the tower.
No,
The tower of confinement.
this isn't the Chrysler building. Don't worry.
Ah.
Hey, does anyone want to test listen something stupid? I'm a little afraid to put it in a public area because, Siva Gunner has a no breaking kayfabe rule.
Ah. Yeah.
And if they see you posted your rip anywhere, they'll reject your submission.
I would listen to whatever you're sending, but like, my brain is not there. It took me like
Understandable.
20 minutes to extract the 1 second tequila.
And I'm starting to feel sleepy.
It's not that I'm sleepy, it's that I am tired. There is a difference.
Yeah, I always get mixed up which cast spells you can still cast while sleepy and which ones you can't cast anymore while tired.
casting spells while sleep.
Rest talk.
Listen, I wish there was a sleep spell that I could just cast on myself. There isn't.
It's just rest from Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's whole. Oh no, that's a shortcut actually. So. God, this song is like constantly in the first part, but never actually going to a second part.
Yeah,
Feels like it should have a second part, but it doesn't.
no. But yeah, glad to see things haven't somehow catastrophically been obliterated by the time we came back.
Yeah, not a lot of yelling. Should I go introduce a touchy subject like if hot dogs
Oh,
are
no.
sandwiches to spice it up?
No need. Actually, give me a sec. I'm gonna try to hold a kitty up to my mic.
Aww.
Ooh, kitty.
Enough cats.
Yeah.
Mm, ah,
Okay, she's just looking.
Someone I don't talk to just got a mysterious DM, and all I got back in return was okay.
Oh dear.
I mean, I feel like when I get mystery DMs, that's like, yeah, that's reasonable.
When I get mystery DMs, they are, without exception, spam bots. I don't get anything interesting in my inbox, you know?
Yeah.
Or people asking me to, oh, can I request an edit? And I'm like, no, this isn't a request blog. I just put cat ears on whatever characters that I want.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pop them. Oh boy. These jerks.
Now, shout out to SMT4, Alurene, or however you pronounce it.
Elraune?
Yeah, Arane, Rene, Rane. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Oh boy. Party is berserked.
Ah, lovely.
Okay.
Where the fuck is George when you need him? Here he is.
Off the jungle?
Huh? What's that?
Of the jungle. Are you talking
don't
about George of the
understand.
Jungle?
I don't understand.
George of the Jungle, strong as he can be. George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. Actually, is that even right? Is it smart as
Yeah.
he can be? Something as he can be? God, I haven't seen that movie in literally decades.
Fair.
But I'm assuming you're talking about Bad Space King.
What?
'Cause I know
No, I'm talking
one
about
guy
someone you
called
don't know.
George.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
that's right.
I do not know this George then.
Yeah, I figured it was a George we didn't know.
There's a George you don't know. He, is in my server. Well, I'm in his server. He invited me to it.
Server mutuals, I get it.
Like a sleepover, but every day.
Like a sleepover, but every day.
Fallen Eligor. Okay, buddy.
He broke his paladin oaths.
Damn.
Um,
He stopped.
I
no
watched
longer.
Morbius.
He watched Morbius.
Damn.
yeah.
I wish I had Discord Nitro so I could post that emote I have that's the entirety of Morbius.
That doesn't.
Yeah,
that doesn't
listen,
count because
posting that causes paladins to fall. Don't do it. Like, it's right there in the oaths.
Yeah, that's the third one. You shall not post Morbius emote.
No, it's just you're not allowed to watch the movie, because then it ruins the joke. Yeah.
And if there's one thing paladins
Alright.
are known for, it's not ruining jokes.
I love this awful plant girl.
I also love this awful plant.
I also
So
love
good.
this awful plant girl.
I don't.
Yeah.
So good.
I love
Like-
this great plan.
How dare you?
I reposted the comic and just let her die enough time.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to use your pee.
No, God, there's
Yeah.
alright. Specifically, there's an edit for when she showed up and went, I want your delicious blood to sustain me," and we're like, kind of hot though.
Yeah.
And she was like,
That's true.
"You would be the worst demon hunters." I will repost it because whatever, it's here.
Yeah. I like
It's
that.
me and Kitty both went. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. The reason why I'm not in the comic unofficially is because I'm off running to get an engagement ring.
Listen, you're smooching her. Like, I am making that official now.
Nice.
Just off panel.
Off panel. I still love
You're
the edit
welcome.
of I'm not doing that. For James with the little dot eyes being so small.
Yeah, I
So good.
recolored the dot eyes, but they're all the same size and everything.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh boy. Posting a whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. God. Listen, I'm not gonna say, like, spoilers for Slay the Princess. I think it's a game any of us should play by ourselves. But, like, Slay the Princess has a root that's just that.
good.
Oh my
Sounds
god.
good.
Every time someone mentions Slay the Princess, they say something that makes me want to play it more.
It's great. It's
Yeah, you should
like
play the princess.
Listen.
I should play the princess.
you literally can romance her, and it's great. Every time when you can do that is hilarious for different reasons. Aside from the one time where it's like, oh no, this is genuinely touching.
It is I who nuts to that. Oh.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna say anything more about Slay the Princess other than, like, Game of the Year territory.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like, there are games that I put ahead of it, but, like, it's a fantastic game for what it is. And it's got the Magnus Archives guy narrating it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, once again, the Game Awards are missing out.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Game Awards are. Man, I kind of wish. Okay, I'm both. You know, I'm of two minds of award show things, right? Because, like, in the US, we have the Oscars, which time and time again is shown they're incredibly biased towards what they actually care about. And it's like. Same thing with, like, the video game, like, award shows, where it's like. They'll put, like, Alan Wake 2 for, like, Game of the Year nomination when it's like that came out, like, you know, when they, like, announced that, like, it came out, like, 2 weeks ago or whatever, right? And it's like that doesn't even make sense to, you know, or to me at least, to put a game that, you know, that just recently came out in, like, a, you know, Game of the Year sort of thing, like. Because it's like, you know, I feel like if there's a, like, if trying to honestly judge a game, right? Like, in something like this, you know, it needs time for people to sit on it and to, like, to, you know, to dwell on it, to, you know, think about it some more, you know? Not just, you know, rush through and beat the game, but, you know, just take your time and think about it. Like, you know what? Like, what is good? Because sometimes you'll watch a movie that was, like, really great, or, like, oh, after you watch it, it's really great, but after you know, have time to draw on it a little bit, it's like, you know what? That was actually alright, or, like, there are things that it should have done better. But, like, you know, in the moment I was really hyped up, or, like, oh, maybe it was just really great, you know? And yeah, it just kind of sucks that, especially, like, most of the games on those nomination lists are probably gonna just be AAA games anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
not
I
like
mean,
an actual.
I mean, I think the Oscars suck, and I think the VGA suck. They're just like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't have particularly nuanced opinions. I think they're just really lame. I don't like watching them. Only go there for the trailers, and even so after it's done, because like, I don't really care that a couple of journalists who probably only play like the 5 most relevant AAA releases of the year have arbitrarily decided is the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's whoever pays the most gets Game of the Year. Cause goddamn, Red Dead Redemption 2 did not deserve that all those awards.
Yeah, Red Dead
It's
Redemption
not
2. Wasn't that the one where they were hellishly overworked? Like
Oh,
everyone knew?
absolutely.
You
Yeah,
Which
but
one is
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2
like
again?
Cowboy
it's
game.
Cowboy.
it's Cowboy.
That doesn't
It's
narrow it
certainly
down.
it's the one that plays like it was programmed with someone from someone by the in the 1800s.
It's
That
Very
doesn't narrow it down.
it's very simulationist, except they kind of don't want you to play it like it's simulationist. They want you to play it like it's high action, even though it's not.
I mean, yeah,
You
I
have to
haven't really
hold like
played
a
much of.
guitar chord. You have to hold like a whole guitar chord every time you want to talk to someone.
God, it's wild. Also, I remember that hearing they spent like tons of like extra man hours to have incredible simulations of like the horses and how they move and taking care of them. And then later learning that like, oh, they were out under a lot of crunch, but it looked good. So a lot of people didn't
The
really give it the same
specific
scrutiny.
part of the horses that they were doing extra simulation work on, though. What part was that?
Yeah,
their
who knows?
testicles.
Yeah. Because shrinking action.
But yeah, it's kind of such a buck wild thing because I know when Cyberpunk 2077 came out, like a lot of people hated it. It's like, oh, and then like, oh, it's under crunch. Like, oh, that's bad because especially since it was buggy when it came out. But like Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and it was also under incredible amounts of like hellish crunch, but the game looked good and played overall good. There's some weird bugs, but like that, from what I heard, aren't like the
I would
normal gameplay
contest the
compared.
statement of Red Dead Redemption 2 plays good, but it was certainly popular. And it also helps that
Yeah,
it's a Rockstar game, and Rockstar is a studio with massive mainstream reach and appeal. So
yeah,
most people that play that game would not even at all be involved with any kind of online discussion of it, like the vast majority of people buying it.
yeah,
So
yeah. That's true.
that is not really in that sense not really relevant to its reception.
Yeah.
However, the game actually plays terribly. Like, I played that game. That game just feels awful to play.
Oh,
God,
and you. Oh
Yeah, go ahead,
god, and
James.
there's like a part, and like the missions require you to play them a certain way, or they auto fail you, even if you have like the
That's so.
opportunity. Oh,
That's stupid.
yeah. Even if you like have an opportunity to like get your main bad guy and shoot him, it will just say you failed because this guy died, even though your mission was to kill the guy.
The most
the game
wild
has,
way to
like,
put plot armor.
the one fun mechanic where you can like sprint, and if you run into someone while sprinting, you just like knock them over. But if you do that more than like 2 times in any given town, they'll put a bounty on you, and it's not like you can do anything about it. It just instantly pops up and is maintained by the Cosmos. So you're just like
God.
stuck with it.
God put a hit out on me.
Yeah.
No, it reminds me of Grand Theft Auto 4 of all things. Then again, the first Red Dead Redemption. I
I mean,
think
same
used a
studio.
similar engine.
I think it's on the same engine as GTA actually.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm
Which-
gonna be back.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I remember playing GTA 4 when people were hyped up about Red Dead Redemption, and like GTA 4 was the weirdest GTA of my experiences, just because of how it controlled, of how you're very your presence is incredibly physical, and like you can just knock into things, or if you go drinking, like it's almost like a weird, not quite wop or whatever, but it's like you very much have a physical presence, and you can't just fall over like a sack of hammers if you walk wrong. And they were very proud of this tech demo as mechanic, from like just how prominent it was in some places. But God, but yeah, no, I think actually I did own the standalone expansion, the Red Dead Zombie Apocalypse or whatever. Played through that, and that was all right. Still a bit weird, but like I can deal with it.
Do I not have a
But-
revive item? God damn it! Okay, okay.
But-
Takes one step and has to reset.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh boy, I guess
Oh,
I
dear.
should hang out around the fountain and save point for now.
This asshole, this demon keeps popping up. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna
Oh,
head
God.
off for now.
okay,
God.
take care.
Oh, take care.
Take care.
See ya.
I hope everybody has a good stream.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Bye bye. Quack.
Just gotta throw that in there every once in a while. Keep people on their toes.
Keep the fear of God in them.
Oh my god. That's sorry. I just saw what Mary posted in Deepest List. It's absolutely buck wild.
Yeah.
For a moment, I thought this was supposed to be like a good thing. To be honest, like, there's no police here, sir.
Sir, I'm terribly sorry, but I must inform you there are no police here. Excuse me? There are no police here, sir. There is no law. There's no protection. There is no hope. There's only destruction. There is only the walrus. Goo goo get you. Ah, the walrus. Z-lister villain, like the dubious distinction of being like more pathetic than the Spot.
God. Which is funny because I remember the Spot in the '90s cartoon. Like they have like
Oh
weird
yeah,
powers.
they went, okay, what if he actually used his power well?
Yeah.
The Spider-Verse version where he is a complete idiot to begin with, and it's like, wait a second, I have an actual good power, like, that's a more recent take on the Spot, is, oh, right. He can actually be a real threat when he wants to be.
Nice.
The walrus is the proportional strength and speed of a walrus. This isn't actually more than a human.
Yeah.
It generally, he's a big dumb guy. He doesn't really have any other gimmick other than the walrus thing.
God. Still love it when funny Z-listers pop up from time to time. Sure,
Listen,
love seeing some of these panels.
I'm collecting these panels for my White Rabbit themed blog.
And if you're right,
Yeah, I do need to actually, like, put some time aside to make the vlog. But I can never get in the right headspace to, like, queue up a bunch of posts and say, okay, this is what this blog is, here's a bunch of silly out of context panels. But that's the reason I have the, like, right, how can I convince them that, like, the Spider-Man costume in my room doesn't mean I'm Spider-Man? I've got it! I'll tell them I'm gay for Spider-Man.
God. I still love that the follow-up panel of of a Spider-Man kink. Like, wait, that may work, and it's just especially
Yeah, that's
since
what that one is.
yeah, he's in the Daredevil's costume, climbing on the wall
Yeah.
while thinking out loud about this.
Because his roommate finds his costume, and he's like, well, I can't go about wall crawling in my normal clothes because he'll immediately know it's me.
Yeah,
And so he borrows an outfit from Daredevil, pretends to be Daredevil for a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Well,
Hello.
Hello. We were talking about the time that Spider-Man was contemplating about pretending that he had a Spider-Man kink, and that's why his roommate found a Spider-Man outfit in his room. It's not because he's Spider-Man, actually.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I still think about that one page I saw ages ago of Wonder Woman talking about like doing charity events, and once like people are like weird and like want her to to punch them for money, and like no, if they're paying enough money to like
yeah.
a good charity, then sure, like okay, yeah, feed like yes, I'll punch you in the face if you use like those like hundreds of thousands of dollars to help feed children. Okay, yeah, sure, pal.
Yeah.
Like,
There's the panel of her like using the lasso of truth on a guy who's like heckling her, and he says that he dresses up as Wonder Woman because it makes him feel powerful, and she goes, you know what, I respect that. I dress up this way because it makes me feel powerful too, and she like shakes his hand. It's like good for him, I guess.
yeah.
Well, we're like near. As far as I can tell on the map, we're near the end of the first Nomos.
Nice.
Only 20 more to go.
No,
Oh, no.
it's up to fourth, and then the Sky Nomos is the
So
final
there's
one.
5.
No,
You're
6.
telling us there's 5.
There's 6.
Oh no, there's
because
4
of,
plus 1.
No, there's 6 because of the Earth Nomos of Earth. Oh no, it's Nomos of Heaven, and also Nomos of Earth, and then the numbered Nomos in between.
There's a numbered one in between them.
There's
But
4
they
numbered
aren't.
in between Earth and Heaven.
Oh, okay. That okay. I get that. I can get that thematically. Still funny though.
But yeah, I think that's all for now.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright. Thanks for the stream. It's been
Yeah.
fun hanging out
Thanks
with
for
everyone.
streaming.
Thanks for the stream.
Thanks for
And
watching.
Ciao.
thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Mhm.